You're watching the Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, brought to you by our 2023 partners.
So match number 2 of the day ready to begin. Match number 9 for both of these sides throughout the tournament. The Philadelphians in the famous black and yellow versus the New Jersey Stallions in the blue and red. Taking the field are the Philadelphians. The New Jersey Stallions and the Philadelphians, two of the top teams in the East Division. Top of the table clash, and early on we would have seen this New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers knock off the Manhattan Yorkers in that wild race for the 3rd spot to get into the playoffs. It's the Philadelphians and the Stallions perched up top, both you'd feel in the driver's seat to get into the playoffs already. All about who will finish higher as we head in towards the back end of this 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship.
Yes, Matt, looks like Liam Plunkett will be the man to start. And the two men from the Stallions lineup, it looks like Bravish Shetty along with Dominic Ricky out in the middle. And so we're just about getting ready. That's the Stallions lineup. Monarch, Jasdeep, Stephen Wigg, Siddharth Matani, Vagela, Mukamala out, probably will come through. And Darren Davis, Dominic Ricky, Bhaskar Yadram, Sachin, Mailavarapur, and Bravish Shetty.
Philadelphians, no introduction. Jonathan Fu at the helm. Garanshu Sharma, Chiru Bhatia. Ryan Scott has been really outstanding. Anirudh Emmanuel, Raj Nanan, Devish Roy Prashad. Abdul Jabbar is back. Sarapul Islam, Jonathan Fu, the captain, Rajdeep Darbar, and Liam Plunkett.
So the news from the middle, by now we should know that Stallions have won the toss, electing to bat, led by Jesse Singh. And the Philadelphians, led by Jonathan Fu. So we're all ready for what is expected to be an exciting encounter, Matt. The crowds have settled in. And the faithful supporters from the Philadelphians have made a bit of a long trek to come here. And so far, Matt, it has been proven that Their trips to Mercer County Park has really been one of fruitful. The Philadelphians, for the first time in minor league history, has been at the top of the table. And it looks like 2023 is really one of the better years so far.
Yeah, you sensed it was coming. The Philadelphians, the first 2 seasons of minor league cricket, they came ever so close to the playoffs. Made a lot of changes to the side this year, brought in a lot of new faces, but a lot of new faces that have performed, that have done the team quite well. Right at the top of the table are the Stallions. They were unbeaten for quite some time before that loss, not just a few days ago, to the New England Eagles, ended that streak.
So the Grungs man just making sure that everything goes well, and he runs off. He's handed the ground over to the umpires. And now the likes of Ritish Patel and Colin Edwards, man, they take charge from here. And there's always a bit of protocol that goes into what goes on. And I see that the 30-yard circle is now being laid. And you can't fault the umpires for that, Matt, because we saw in an ODI, I think in Guyana, at the international level, that players were out on the field, and guess what? There's no 30-yard circle. And that's an international match, West Indies versus India. So here we go, Liam Plunkett. And Shetty gets a full ball. As a batter, Matt, you want those full ball to come because that takes the pitch out of the equation.
Yeah, especially with the way conditions have played, might be a bit difficult. If you can get it on that volley, kind of do yourself a lot of good.
And Matt, you look at Liam Plunkett. He appears to be such a different player this year with his approach to being part of this Philadelphians lineup. So much involved this year.
Yeah, always a popular name across not only Philadelphia but across the country is Liam Plunkett. Has done so much in such a short time already, not only with the Philadelphians but for cricket generally in the US and in the region.
So a bit of an inside edge here off the batter. Shetty will get a single to kick things off for the Stallions. Abdul Jabbar running back, and things are on the way here. A run off the bat of Shetty. So Dominic Rickey comes in to strike. How good has Dominic been this season, Matt?
Dominic Rickey has been among the runs, a couple of 40s for him. Especially with the way we've seen the scores been across the Eastern Division. Dominic Rickey has been one of the top batters for this season. Has been in really good form, especially in the last few games. Has done really, really well. As always, we've come to expect from Dominic Rickey.
So they're off to a quiet start, and that is because Plunkett has been pretty much on target. He has not given them any liberty to really score. Deveshwari Prasad comes into the offside. And as is typical with bowling, as Ryan Scott has been moved from the slip area, and Plunkett wants him at short mid-on. Yes, short mid-on, trying to save one or to probably come up with a catch. Here's Plunkett, comes into bowl to Dominic Rickey. And Rickey, oh my goodness, similar ball to what we saw from Bravish Shetty. And so both batters getting a single off same position of the field.
Yeah, very similar shot. Indeed, both attempted and in the end getting the inside edge. So quite similar stuff from Rickey and Shetty so far.
So
But a quiet start though from the Stallions. Good start from Liam Plunkett.
yeah, Plunkett has made a very good start. You look at where he pitches the ball, and he's really gonna use the newness of the ball and his conditions to bowl some swing and seam. The first over comes to a close. A good one for the Philadelphians, and after one is two without loss.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
So the Philadelphians, after a good start from Liam Plunkett, have turned to Raj Nanan as expected in the power play, the spinner. Raj Nanan has kept a very good economy rate, has been a big part of this Philly bowling lineup. Always felt they were looking for maybe another top-class spinner to partner up with Abdul Jabbar. They got it this season in Raj Nanan.
Yes, Matt, he brings so much to the table. Very competitive spinner, and he will come into bowl to his fellow countryman Dominic Ricky out towards the offside in the direction of Garanshu Sharma, but he was in the air for some time.
Yeah, in the end, no harm done from Dominic Ricky. Raj Nanan bowling up to now to Bravish Shetty. Very strong batting lineup here sported by the New Jersey Stallions. But we've seen that opening partnership. Change a few times. We saw Monang Patel start off. We saw Cameron Delport. Now we've got Bravish Shetty. Dominic Ricky has been the stationary man there though.
So very tidy over so far from Raj Nanan. We saw the first ball lofted into the offside in the direction of Sharma. For only a single, he's come back well with a couple of dot balls. Oh, swept away. That's a good looking shot from Bravish Shetty. Running up towards the backward point area. In fact, to the backward square area. And they come back for a couple of runs. Good shot from Bravish Shetty.
Yeah, good shot indeed from Shetty. Gets a couple of runs.
So playing a miss, and Matt, Stallions would have played here quite a few times. Opting to bat first. Maybe a target in mind?
For this batting lineup, it'd probably feel 115, 120. Taken on the pad. Looking to sweep is Bravish Shetty. Yeah, maybe about 120 they'll feel with the batting lineup that they've got. 5 for none after 2.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
This should be the batting order, I would think. So Plunkett will continue. 5 for no loss. And Dominic Ricky gets a good delivery appeal. Umpire Colin Edwards not interested. And so we saw an over from Plunkett that went for 2, Matt. Started pretty well. Quality bowler is gonna use the new ball with a little bit of breeze. Could get the ball to swing when he hits the seam. He's an expert of seam movement. And I'll tell you what is at play after this ball. Oh, he comes down the track looking for runs. It's not there. Good adjustment by Dominic Rickey, and we've seen a couple of dot balls in this over. So because the ball is new, Plunkett, or like many other seamer, will use the ball to move the ball in the air. There's a slight breeze across the ground. It was a little bit more windy in the first game, so he's going to use the conditions here to really work that ball in the air. The ball has a seam. He's pretty sure he's an expert at getting the ball to move off the seam once it hits the deck. And the fact is, this one through the offside finally, as we've seen a little bit of fumbling from Devashwari Prasad and Raj Nanan. In the end, a single for Dominic Rickey. And just coming back to when the ball pitches, the pitch will do work of its own, but you still got to put them in the right areas. So it's not easy for any batter facing up to Liam Plunkett now.
Yeah, especially when you take into consideration the experience. Yeah, especially when you take into consideration the experience of Liam Plunkett. Has played cricket all around the world at the highest level.
Cut away. That's a lovely shot from Shetty, running up towards the backward point boundary, and that's 4 runs.
Nicely played from Bravish Shetty. And we've seen that area of Mercer County has been quite fast, considering outfield here, probably not the quickest. That area that he played that shot has certainly been. We saw Sonny Patel just an hour and a half ago play a couple of good shots in that vicinity, and that raced away to the fence.
Yeah, previous ball we would have seen a lovely shot from Shetty. Now they go through for what could be a bye. In fact, leg bye is the call. And so this over's gone pretty well for the Stallions, Matt. We've seen 6 runs in this over. And I know listeners out there might be saying 6 runs in this over is a good over. Yes, at this ground on these types of conditions here. Now Rickey comes in to strike. Final ball coming up. Slower, loopy ball called a wide. And Liam Plunkett can't believe, well, he did everything and pitched the ball the right place. The ball deviated and went down leg side. It's called a wide. Colin Edwards, the umpire. A play and a miss. Ball goes through to the keeper. That will complete 3, and after 3 is 12 for no loss.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
So after 3 is 12 for no loss. Raj Nanan will continue. First over went for 3. And we'll come into bowl to Bravish Shetty. We saw in the previous over a lovely punch through the offside off the bowling of Liam Plunkett. So Raj Nanan, leg spinner. Oh, advancing down the track. That's a good shot. Shetty will get a single. But you've got to love Shetty coming down the track to the spinner.
Yeah, Bravish Shetty Gotta appreciate the intent from him already. Not gonna allow Rajnan to settle that easily. See how Dominic Ricky fares. In the end, goes for a big swing and a miss. Rajdeep Darbar behind the stumps. Does the job. But one thing that the Philadelphians will want to really solidify is that top order. We'll see them in action later on. Rajdeep Darbar, the man, will probably be opening.
So top edged into the offside. We saw a valiant effort made by Ryan Scott to get to the ball, but falls in no man's land. Dominic Ricky goes up to 4. And the Stallions, having won the toss, electing to bat. They're in the 4th over. Things have gone pretty well for them. Oh, that's a lovely shot from Bravesh Shetty. That has gone away for 4. Again, he pulls out one of those sweep, and it's gone pretty well.
Yeah, it does very well there. Does Bravesh Shetty. Not a very tall man, so he can get down. Perhaps you feel a bit easier to play a shot like that. He's looked to target Raj Nanan, certainly. There he goes again. Bravesh Shetty goes big and goes all the way. So a huge hit off the bat of Bravesh Shetty. And he's not allowed Raj Nanan to settle at all. Down the track again. And smashed away. And this is really good signs here for the New Jersey Stallions and for Bravesh Shetty.
Couple of lovely shots from this man. He has struck the ball very nice on the onside. And Matt, you're right on that. He's not afraid to take on Raj Nanan. The 4th over comes to a close. It's 24 without loss.
Whoever you are on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
So
Abdul Jabbar comes into the attack. So we saw the spin from Raj Nanan not go too well, especially to Bravesh Shetty. So they've gone back with Abdul Jabbar. Interesting ploy, given what we saw from Bravesh Shetty, you feel?
yes, same bowling type. Left arm spin. And look this, Dominic Ricky. Straightish towards the long on area. And he now gets into the act. He picks up a beautiful 4.
Yeah, and I was just making the point. This could be an interesting bowling change to go at Abdul Jabbar. Dominic Ricky, similarly to Bravesh Shetty. Not going to allow him to settle in. We saw what they did to Raj Nanan. Philadelphians have bowled Raj Nanan in usually very quick spells. Will usually get through 3 or 4 overs very quickly. Now that they've gone after him, they've given the Philadelphians a decision to make. We'll see if they'll continue with Raj Nanan in the 6th over. But right now, Abdul Jabbar was given the ball. And Dominic Ricky didn't quite treat him much differently either.
Yeah, we saw a couple of overs from Raj Nanan going for 15. That's 7.5 runs an over. On these pitches, Matt, if you're bowling 7.5 runs an over, you're bowling very bad by the numbers that we have seen in the last 2 months. So looking to probably come out with one of those sweeps. We'll wait and see if the ball would have gotten an edge. In fact, it has. And so Shetty picks up another run. He was setting up for another sweep, Matt. Had to make that quick adjustment. He did so pretty well. And with no slip in place, safe shot. Ricky comes back into strike. And Dominic Ricky always looking to score. And he's a type of player, given a good surface, given good pitch condition, Matt. Dominic Ricky is nothing but fluent. Oh, looking for runs always. Ryan Scott! Wrong man he is picked out. And in the end, he makes it look easy. Ryan Scott. Dominic Ricky gone.
Yeah, Dominic Ricky looking to go big, looking to hammer another one from Abdul Jabbar. And Ryan Scott, the wrong man to pick out in that area. Safe pair of hands from him. And the first wicket goes down. Ricky falls for 9, it's 30 for 1.
So Dominic Ricky gone, 30 for 1. And Monank Patel walks to the middle. The over would have completed. And so Raj Nanan given a long run here, Matt. 2 for 15 in 2. In fact, 2 overs for 15. Starts well with a dot ball. Shetty plays and misses.
Yeah, so they have gone back to Raj Nanan in the end. But the approach has stayed the same from Bravish Shetty. 6 more. Another slug sweep type shot pulled out. And Raj Nanan has really been put under some pressure here.
Well, look at this full flow of the bat and look at the follow through. And that has gone a long way. It's gone over the cones and gone for another 6. Couple of sixes off the bat of Bravish Shetty. He's really batted well. He's up to 25 in just quick time and has given Stallions a very solid start.
Right there is maybe the spot from Raj Nanan. Can't afford to get it too full in the slot because we've seen Bravish Shetty really pull out those slug sweeps to great effect. Keep it right there. Pull his length back a little bit there on that occasion. And here he is now to Monank Patel. And if there's anyone in the Stallions lineup that needs a score desperately, it's Monank Patel, you feel?
Yeah, Monank Patel has really struggled for runs. And the irony, Matt, he was out of the very first ball of the Stallions' season when he got a very good ball from, I think it was Manoj Acharya. And you get the feeling he never recovered from that. Good running as Monank comes back into strike. Shetty is batting well. He's really pulled out the sweep and he's pulled out the slug shots to great effect. And the fact is Shetty has really targeted Raj Nanan today. So into the offside, Monank picks up another single to end the 6th over, and after 6 is 40 for 1.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
So 40 for 1. Shetty has batted well for 27 so far. Monank Patel has come to the crease. And a bowling change. Abdul Jabbar has been taken off and the ball has been given to the left arm seamer. Prashad comes into the attack.
Devashree Prashad, another big signing heading in to this season, was the #1 pick in the draft for the Philadelphians.
So good running here from Monank and Bravish Shetty. A mat with the left arm seamer in form of Devashwari Prasad. It has really given this Philadelphians the complete balance in their bowling arsenal. Of course, we know Jonathan Fu, he brings up the off spin. We've seen 2 left arm spinner. We've seen Plunkett. And now the ball goes over to Prasad. A couple of runs in this over.
Yeah, very versatile bowling attack from the Philadelphians. Good mix of pace, good mix of spin. Likes of Abdul Jabbar, Raj Nanan, Anirudh Emmanuel on screen, Jonathan Fu. And the pace of Devashwari Prasad, Liam Plunkett, Saripul Islam, who had a good weekend up at Hatfield.
Yeah, he'll be itching to come. No Drysdale today, so bowling opportunities for Liam Plunkett and Saripul Islam to use seam. So lofted into the offside. Monang picks up another run and brings the attacking Bravish Shetty onto strike. He's played well so far, Matt. Not afraid to take on the spinners, especially Raj Nanan.
Yeah, he's been very fearless, says Bravish Shetty.
Matt, if you were the captain of the Stallion side, we've seen Darren Davis having a very good season with the bat. Does he come next? Does Mukamala comes next?
Probably will have to depend on when the next wicket falls. See what Monank and Bravish Shetty can get to.
So runs coming by singles in that over. The over comes to a close, and after 7, it's 45 for 1. Dominic Ricky, the batsman, out. So Abdul Jabbar comes back for his second bowling spell. And Matt, I've always wondered, not that I've always wondered, I think I have the answer, but just gonna put you on the spot. Why does captain bowls their bowlers in such short spell? Into the offside, Goranshu Sharma will come around. And Monang picks up another run. He goes up to 6, 46 for 1.
Well, it's T20 cricket. Certainly, always that bit of experimentation. Get new bowlers in, try and mix things up. The Philadelphians have used Raj Nanan quite a bit in the power play. We'd see Raj Nanan bowl 3 or 4 over straight. We've seen him bowl 3 over straight already. But other than that, yeah, you're right. Always a bit of mix and match between the bowlers. Jonathan Fu, we haven't seen him with the ballers yet. Nor have we seen any of the youngsters, Anirudh Emmanuel or Saripul Islam. So there's still lots of bowling options. When you have that many bowling options, you can certainly afford to have a bowling change quite quickly.
So
Throw on the stumps. And Ryan Scott, I wonder if he had connected directly, what would have been the call there.
So a couple of runs by Monang Patel and Shetty. And you get the feeling, Matt, that Monang Patel has come out with a better approach to conditions here. Looking to just play straight, tap the ball into spaces and take on run. This time he goes upish. Runs there for Monang Patel. And in fact, it will run away. That will bring up the 50 here for the Stallions. And they get to 50 in the 8th over. Good shot from Monang Patel.
Yeah, really good shot indeed from Monang Patel. Hit up and over the offside. Did really, really well there. 50 up for the New Jersey Stallions. Much needed boundary as well from Monang Patel, just to get that bit of confidence flowing, because he's been short of it, it's fair to say, this season.
So they're off to a very good start, going at almost 7 runs and over. This over's gone for 8. The ball worked into the offside, beats the diving Plunkett, and that will complete the 8th over. So 8 gone is 54 for 1.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
So 54 for 1 at the end of 8. Jonathan Fu, the captain, comes into the attack. And Matt, when Jonathan Fu bowls, it will round off what we will consider a complete variety of everything. We saw Liam Plunkett starting, seam bowler. We saw a couple of left-arm spinner in Abdul Jabbar and Raj Nanan. We saw Deveshwari Prasad, the left-arm seamer, and now Jonathan Fu, the off-spinner. Am I missing any bowling type? No wrist spinner, but Anirudh Emmanuel can bring you that.
Yep, I was just going to make the point. Anirudh Emmanuel, the wrist spinner. You've got everything in this Philadelphians bowling lineup. Two very versatile teams. A bit of everything, and that's why it's no surprise how successful they are. Don't know what's happened there with that shot. Big inside edge from Bravish Shetty, and a direct hit as well. But not out, says Ritish.
Yeah, it's always tough on the umpires to really come up with calls that are precisely on point. It's not an easy task. This was gone for 3 so far. Good start here by the Stallions, winning the toss, electing to bat. Ritish Patel, was third umpire in the previous game, replaces Mihir Patel for this final game. Oh, that's a big strike from Bravish Shetty. Does beat Shirash Bhatia, who takes a very good catch, and Shetty has to go.
Looked to be a really good shot from Bravish Shetty, but in the end, an equally good catch from Chiranshu Bhatia. Really good take from him, and the Philadelphians have got that second wicket they really wanted, and it's the captain who gets it. Look at that airtime from Chiranshu Bhatia. Comes up with a really spectacular catch, and Shetty, looking to go big again, falls for 31. Good little innings from him. It's 57 for 2.
So 57 for 2. Looks like Darren Davis will make his way to the middle. He's had a very good series, Matt. And will come out to join Monang Patel. They're batting at 57 for 2. And Jonathan Fu has bowled an over that has conceded 3. He's picked up the wicket of the fluent Bravish Shetty, as Darren Davis, the former West Indies youth player, walks to the middle with 67 balls still remaining.
Yeah, Darren Davis has been spectacular in this campaign so far for the New Jersey Stallions. Has established himself as a big part of this batting lineup for the New Jersey Stallions.
Yeah, Matt came into the side looking to bowl left arm spin for this team, but he has done that, and he has really produced some big knocks along the way, considering conditions here at Mercer and Glenville. So he smothered the spin here, and so that will complete over number 9. And after 9, Stallions winning the toss, batting first. They're 57 for 2.
Whoever you are on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
So another bowling change. Abdul Jabbar gives way to Suripol Islam. We saw a couple of weeks ago, Matt, at the Philadelphia Cricket Festival, Suripol Islam produced a very good spell.
Yeah, he was quite good in that Philly Cricket Festival over there at Hatfield. Really made a name for himself. Didn't play the first set of games, but came in probably because of the Astro wickets there at Hatfield, bringing in the extra pacer. He did really, really well. Made the most of that opportunity that he got. And has stayed in the side ever since.
So playing a miss, he starts pretty well. Ball goes through to Darbar. Monang Patel, we made the point that he needs a score. Goranshu Sharma just making sure that the boys can hear him from where he is. Despite quite involved in any team that he plays for, Matt. I think they have him feeling out too deep. He needs to be a little bit more closer to the action so he doesn't have to shout along a huge cricket field. But he's really brought up encouragement for the boys. Goranshu Sharma. So 57 for 2. We've seen a couple of good balls from Suripol Islam. He's gone pretty well. A couple of dot balls for him. And again, a play and a miss here from Monang Patel. So 3 dot balls in this over. Suripol has finally landed again.
Yeah, Suripol has done really well. Got good carry as well from the first 2 deliveries to Rajdeep Darbar, which is not something we've seen all too often here at this venue.
And Matt, just coming back to the point that we were talking about in bowling overs, bowling your bowlers in 1 over spells. Oh, look at that. 4 balls pretty much on the same spot. And Monang Patel has no answer.
There's that carry again through to Rajdeep Darbar. A lot of the times we see the ball bounce up on its way to the keeper. Suripol Islam has done really well to just get it right into the hands of Rajdeep Darbar.
And now Jonathan Fu goes up to slip position. Look at that. This is very good thinking. And I don't know who I should give credit to. I didn't see who initiated that move. But here is Islam. Oh, lofted into the onside. In the air for some time, well away from any of the fielder. And Raj Nanan comes in quite quickly. So Monank finally gets a run and brings the left-hander Darren Davis to face an over that has gone pretty well here from Sorry Paul Islam.
Interesting contest this, but it'll only last for one ball. We'll see how Sorry Paul Islam fares against Darren Davis, especially the attacking Darren Davis, attacking in nature. Does he look to go after the youngster Sorry Paul Islam? Might not see it in this over because there's only one ball left.
Yeah, Matt, and you made a point at some point on com, or might have been one of your analysis show that Darren Davis keeps getting promoted. Would have come into the side looking to bat at 8, maybe 9. But every game he has gotten so better that they're forced to really push him one up. He's batting at 4 today. Solid as ever into the offside. Concludes a very good over from Sorry Paul Islam. It's 10 gone. It's 58 for 2.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, तेरे घर लाने का।
So Jonathan Fu will continue. We saw him in the last over, picked up the wicket of Bravish Shetty. We saw a very good catch from Shiran Shubatia. Monank picks up another run and hands a strike over to Darren Davis. We've got 59 balls still to be bowled, and we were talking about how Darren Davis has really gained promotion game after game. And look at that, running, oh, chance of a run out! And Darren Davis is gone by a superb bit of fielding work from Ryan Scott. He was able to block the ball, and the throw was on top. And Darren Davis falls, is 59 for 3.
Yeah, Ryan Scott, you can't keep him out of the game in the field for too long. Took a catch earlier, and this time, nudging it forward is Darren Davis, looking to take off. And the communication, the response wasn't there, and the throw was from Ryan Scott. Stumps lighting up here at Mercer County, and Darren Davis has to go without scoring. Slipped as well, Ryan Scott, which makes it maybe even more remarkable. He was able to get that throw on target. Darren Davis taking off. Not an easy throw as well, given he was lacking that momentum, lacking that velocity, was Ryan Scott.
Run out by a mile. Matt, do you recall Ryan Scott came onto the square of the pitch not too long ago? And we were wanting to think it's a very unusual position. But that has come in so useful. And the productive Darren Davis is gone. 59 for 3. Mukamala comes to the middle. And Jonathan Fu applying pressure. Was able to eke out that wicket. Good fielding, good awareness from Ryan Scott. He's accounted for a couple of dismissals so far. We saw he took a wonderful catch to dismiss Dominic Rickey, and now he is featured in the run out of Darren Davis. Sai Mukamala could get off the mark with a very, in fact, biased call from umpire Colin Edwards. And so beaten all ends up here by Jonathan Fu. Good bowling.
Yeah, Jonathan Fu, you can look for yourself of Jonathan Fu. You can look at yourself on Jonathan Fu's economy rate. Just over 1 run and over, 1.57. Jonathan Fu's economy rate coming into this game.
Yeah, Matt, you're right on that, and we've seen his partner Raj Nanan quite economical coming into this game. When you look at Raj Nanan, figures 3 overs, no win, none for 25. That's a high-end part of his bowling spell this season. And as we made the point sometime during off mic, Matt, if as a bowler you can bowl economy on conditions here at Mercer, then I don't know where else you can bowl good economy.
Especially for a spinner. Getting good rewards from this surface. A bit of uncertainty. This one will elude Rajdeep Darbar. Saripul Islam is called into action, so wides are the signal. So straying down the leg side just a little bit there, Jonathan Fu.
Yeah, I wouldn't say straying down the leg side. The ball pitched just about off stump, but the turn that the off spinners get, and that's the adjustment of spinners on this ground. This is good running, very good running, and in fact a chance to come back for 3, but Mukamala had overrun too far. So 11 gone, and it's 65 for 3. 65 for 3. So we're back with the cricket. 11 gone, 65 for 3. Sorry, Paul Islam. Tidy first over. And we'll come into bowl to the new batter that has just come to the crease a couple of balls ago. Mukamala. Gets another good ball from Sorry Paul Islam. He's been quite a revelation for this Philadelphians lineup.
Yeah, he's really made the most of his opportunities. Saripul Islam, he looks to be a very effort bowler. Puts a lot of work into his game. Has improved a lot from last season, I'll tell you that.
And Matt, I know it's on mic. Does he play his cricket in New York? Is he from New York? Comes down the track trying to play, doesn't go too well. It goes through to Rajdeep Darbar. So we'll take a look at this one here as they come back. Well, they're crossed for 2, but look at this ball striking the stumps. Always a chance for them to go through for another run, but Mukamala had overrun at the previous side. And so always you've got to look for every opportunity to score, Matt. Considering those are considered gifts, free runs.
To answer your question, no, Saripul Islam, local from Philly, which makes his progress perhaps even more enjoyable for the Philadelphians to see a homegrown player doing the magic that Saripul Islam has done for them in the last 2 or 3 games.
Lofted into the offside, Manang Patel and Anirudh Emmanuel. Has a bit of play on that one. In the end, couple of runs there for Manang Patel.
Yeah, lofted in the air, hung in the air for quite some time. And it was always going to be difficult for Anirudh Emmanuel. Just was out of reach of it towards the last second or 2.
So Manang Patel picks up a couple of runs. 68 for 3. Now look at that, full face of the bat. Manang has come to bat today. He has looked well, he's looked solid, he's stroking the ball well, timing it well. Now take a look at this one, ball lofted. It was in the air for a while. Not gonna be an easy one here from Anirudh Emmanuel. He did well to get close to the ball. And that last minute dive, Matt. Sometimes that's what makes it brilliant.
Yeah. A for effort though from Anirudh Emmanuel. 4 runs has come off this over from Saripul Islam. Those bleachers starting to fill. And rightly so. Top of the table clash here at Mercer County.
Yeah, 12 points for Philadelphians. For the Philadelphians, 10 to New Jersey Stallions. A win here for the Philadelphians will take lead. They'll go up to 14. New Jersey Stallions will catch up with the Philadelphians. Cut away. That's a lovely shot. Could pick up a couple of runs here again. And 2 more runs off the bat of Manan Patel. He's batting fluently today. We haven't seen that in this 2023 Sunoco Minor League Series. Manan has come to bat. In fact, Mukamala, sorry, with a couple of runs. Lovely shot from Mukamala.
Yeah, and we know the quality that Saiteja Mukamala has as well. Has shown it at all levels across the country, including the international level for the USA.
So ball cut away again from Mukamala. So that will complete the 12th over. After 12 is 71 for 3.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need 1 hand on the roof, 1 hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
.71 for 3, 8 overs remaining. The New Jersey Stallions looking to get to a decent total here. They've got Monang Patel, who looks to be in some better form today, and Saiteja Mukamala.
So Abdul Jabbar comes into the attack. We'll come into bowl to Mukamala. So Abdul Jabbar comes into the attack. A 71 for 3, 12 overs gone, 48 balls remaining. And starts pretty well. And Matt, just coming back to to what we were talking about, bowlers in 1 over spell, it allows you also to see who are good candidates to bowl towards the death end. Once the game gets into the 14, 15, 16 over, you know you would want to bowl your bowlers that has been in form in this particular game. So it's a chance for a dress rehearsal and then the big thing towards the end.
Yeah, certainly. Always a good sense, especially when you use 6-7 bowlers. Always a good thing to assess them to see who has done the best. Because you never know who could be waiting in the shadows and just have a good day.
Lofted, but straight into the hands of Garanshu Sharma. Can't keep him out in a deep position. He was lurking around long enough. And he comes up with a good catch, simple one. And Monang Patel gone for 22 is 72 for 4.
Yeah, Monang Patel looked better today, but it's come crashing down. Picking out Garanshu Sharma, looking to go up and over. And another wicket falls. A simple catch for Garanshu Sharma. We know he's a top fielder. He won't drop those. Abdul Jabbar has a second. And it's 72 for 4, the Stallions.
So Bhaskar Yadram will come to the middle. He will replace Monang Patel, the US captain. Mukamala is on 5. Bhaskar Yadram will need a knock. And while we spoke about Darren Davis going higher up, Matt, you look at Bhaskar Yadram and he has batted in every position from 5 to 9.
Yeah, Bhaskar Yadram as well. Another player that has been really everywhere in the batting line, in the batting order. And also someone that the Stallions will be looking, especially with 45 deliveries remain. You feel that's enough deliveries for him to get himself settled in and still have time to play the big shots at the end.
Yeah, Matt, we saw Bhaskar Yadram in the 2021 season in which Empire State Titans made it to the conference final. He was such an integral part of that group. And I would want to think he made his name in that 2021 season along with the likes of Christopher Barnwell, Trevon Griffith, Jala Dua, Richard Ramdeen, part of the top and middle order. He gets off the mark with 1, but we have seen his exploit in that 2021 season. And we know he can strike the ball and get going very quickly.
One thing that not a lot of people will remember about that 2021 season was that Bhaskar Yadram had really struggled in the first half of the campaign, and similarly had batted everywhere in the order, had even opened the batting one game against the New Jersey Stallions. Batted at number 4, batted all across the 11 for the Empire State Titans. As we see another tidy over from Abdul Jabbar wrap up here. 2 for 18 from 3 overs from him. It's 13 done, 74 for 4.
Whoever you are on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
So Mukamala is on 6. Bhaskar Yadram has just come to the middle mat. He's on 1. And Sori Paul Islam, we've seen like Raj Nanan has been given a long spell. 3 in a row for him. And why not? He's bowled 2 overs, no made none for 7. So he's really bowled well. And a play and a miss. Good start. You were telling me about Bhaskar Yadram.
Yeah, Bhaskar Yadram, 2021 season. The 2021 season hadn't started off very well for Bhaskar Yadram. Had floated around the order a couple of times for the EST, the Titans. And then it wasn't until about midway through the season he established himself really in that number 5, number 6 role. And as long as he was able to bat deep enough in towards the final 5 overs or so, he can strike anybody out of any ground.
So wide is the signal from umpire Ritesh Patel. Couple of wides here. And Sori Paul Islam coming into this over. 3.5 runs and over. He's really given them a good bowling performance here. We saw 2 for 18 from Abdul Jabbar so far. 1 for 9 from Jonathan Fu. And of course we saw a run out that included Ryan Scott. A loopy short ball. Called a wide.
Yeah, so sorry, Paul Islam. Struggling a bit with the wides then. 41 deliveries remaining. Extras totaling 8 for the Philadelphians.
Yeah, that's one of the ironies of white ball cricket. You've got to give the batsman a fair chance to score. Look at this. Good running from Bhaskar Yadram and Mukamala putting pressure on the fielder. They make errors. And he comes back for a couple of runs. Good running.
Yeah, really good running from Yadram and from Mukamala. It'll be interesting to see when do the Stallions really start to attack. Because you've got Sai Mukamala, naturally more of a touch player. And you've got Bhaskar Yadram, who can play shots like that. Didn't get through on that occasion. And there's still really the firepower of Jesse Singh and Stephen Wigg remaining, but all about how long can this partnership last between Yadram and Mukamala. Still 39 deliveries is a fair amount of the game of the game left. Just over 6 overs. 6.5 overs remain. So you feel a lot of responsibility on the 2 out in the middle now.
Bhaskar Yadram goes big. Sharma calls for it. Takes the catch. And Bhaskar Yadram is gone.
Garanshu Sharma, he's everywhere in the field. Such a live wire. Running around. Completes another excellent catch. And Bhaskar Yadram just asked the question, and he was looking to answer it. When does he start to attack? Looking to go after Saripul Islam, went straight down the ground. And Garanshu Sharma running around, taking the catch, took a step across.
Yeah, Matt, we were right in front of where this happened. Or they were in front of us. And we heard Garanshu Sharma calling for it and say, it's mine.
Yep.
In close proximity was Raj Nanan, another good catcher. So in either way, Matt, Bhaskar Yadram was in big trouble the moment he hit that ball. It's 79 for 5. Yadram goes.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Vagela, Siddharth Matani and Mailavarapu to come. But we've got 38 balls remaining. Saripul Islam has picked up his first wicket. We saw an excellent catch from Garanshu Sharma. And Matt, from the moment that ball hung in the air, Bhaskar Yadram was in trouble because not only Garanshu Sharma was near that ball, Raj Nanan was standing by just in case. In the end, Garanshu Sharma has picked up a couple of catches today. Very safe fielder out in the deep.
Yeah, and this Philadelphians unit, fielding is one thing they certainly are all good at and they all prioritize. Hasn't disappointed them at all throughout this season, nor has it done so today.
So playing a miss from Jesse Singh straight through to Rajdeep Darbar. And Matt, we saw this year some reinforcement from the Philadelphians. We saw Ryan Scott coming into the middle, perhaps a replacement for Milind Kumar. And if there's probably one area that the Philadelphians may have to really work on, and I'll tell you when we come back in the next over. But for now, Saripul has given up 5. He's picked up 1. And ball defended into the offside, into the onside. So 14 gone, is 79 for 5. So Devashwari Prasad comes into the attack with 36 balls remaining, 6 overs remaining. Mukamala is on 6. Jesse Singh has just come to the middle. And we down to the last 36 balls. And Matt, we're talking about that, the Philadelphians this year, and probably what they can use maybe next year or going forward. I think they're missing a big-time wicketkeeper batsman. We have seen Rajdeep Darbar behind the sticks, but he has struggled to really put big scores on the table. He has been given opportunities, and while his glove work might have been decent, you look at some of the big teams, and one of the areas they've got covered, a couple of runs here for Mukamala. And you look at some of the big teams in minor league, the likes of Milanta, Anthony Bramble, some big wicketkeeper batsmen. I think if they can put their hands on one, this Philadelphian teams will be tough to beat.
Yeah, I agree with you in that. And you look at what the Philadelphians have done when it comes to their wicket keepers. They've used 3 wicket keepers already in this tournament, which for a team that has gone almost unbeaten is not something you'd expect for them to be chopping and changing a wicket-keeping position so frequently. They've used Rajdeep Darbar. We've also seen Mario Rampasad, and we've seen Jonathan Fu. Even in the second game at Hatfield, we saw Jonathan Fu don the gloves. So it's not something that's very common for teams that have done as successfully as the Philadelphians to be using so many wicket keepers. Same thing with their top order problem. Ryan Scott has gotten going more often than not, which has certainly helped them. But the second half of that top order has been a spot of concern. We've seen Rajdeep Darbar open the batting, we've seen Mario Rampasad open the batting, and we've seen Derek Narayan open the batting. So also quite uncharacteristic for a side as successful as the Philadelphians to have used 3 top order batters already.
Yeah, Matt, and you're right on that. And then look, when they come out to bat, they're without the service of Derek Narayan. So maybe and Mario is not playing here, of course. So who goes with Ryan Scott? It looks like Darbar will be given the nod again. And so a chance for Darbar to really get among the runs. But we're back with Prashad. We'll come into bowl to Mukamala. And Mukamala can't score ball into the offside. That will complete the 15th over. So 15 gone is 83 for 5.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
So we've got 30 balls remaining, 15 overs gone. 83 for 5. Islam 1 for 12 off 3. He will finish up here. And Jesse Singh, the man on strike, he's only faced 3 balls. He's on 1. And we come down to the last 30 balls. Here is Islam. And he gets a very good delivery, Matt. We have seen Soripol Islam bowl from this end. And he seemed to have some very good carry to the keeper.
Yeah, and that's one thing I highlighted with him quite early on, was the way the ball was going through to Rajdeep Darbar was quite impressive, given it's been quite the contrary to what we've seen here at Mercer County.
Yeah, it's one of those conditions in which you may not want the ball to carry too trusted. You probably want him to shoot a little bit, to keep a little bit low, and to really put the batsman under pressure. We've seen when it plays too correct, it might be easier for the likes of Jesse Singh and Mukamala in particular to really play through the line. Oh, look at that. Looking to play the shot, committed into the shot. But the ball certainly not there. He gets a single and hands the strike over to Mukamala. In fact, leg by is the call from umpire Ritesh Patel. And brings Mukamala onto strike, Matt, with 27 ball. Is this a game for Mukamala?
think it is in one aspect. I think it is in one aspect for Saiteja Mukamala. In the sense that we've seen some of their firepower not really get going today. Darren Davis, Bhaskar Yadram, so somebody to just keep the scoreboard moving. But at the same time, again, that natural role of a touch player might not be enough with 26 deliveries remaining, at least up to a certain point. So he will either have to start playing some more shots or will continue to play his natural game and hope that Jesse Singh and Stephen Wigg, still to come, can probably strike the ball around him.
Edged into the offside. Bhatia picks up his second catch. And Mukamala has to go. It's 84 for 6.
Chiranshu Bhatia doing the job for the umpire, raising the finger. And it comes up with a very simple catch in the end. Outside edge from Sai Mukamala, was looking to turn things on, looking to go for it. And Saripul Islam picks up a second wicket. Outside edge. And a simple catch for Chiranshu Bhatia. 2 for 12 from Saripul Islam from 3.5. What an impressive day he's had yet again, the youngster Saripul Islam. And he's gotten the 6th wicket down for the Stallions. It's 84 for 6. That's bowled really well.
Yeah. So Stephen Wigg comes to the middle at 84 for 6. We've got 25 balls still to be bowled. The Philadelphians, they're at the top of the table on 12 points. Stallions is on 10. And so much to play for, Matt. Stallions with the win this afternoon will go up to 12. Philadelphians with the win will go up to 14. And from the look of things, both teams guaranteed a playoff spot nonetheless.
Yeah, you've got to favor both sides here, the Stallions and the Philadelphians. All just a matter of placement and who can probably try and get the more favorable side of the playoff draw, whatever that is.
So the 16th over comes to a close at 84 for 6.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Plunkett comes into the attack here, Matt. Second spell for him, 2 overs, none for 8. And he comes in here with 24 balls remaining, 84 on the board. Stallions have been pegged back by a very good start when we saw Bravesh Shetty and Dominic Ricky. Bravesh Shetty in particular batted well. Oh, misfield from Abdul Jabbar. And look at that. What should have been probably only one has now cost them 4 runs.
Yeah, can't afford those at all at this stage, especially for the Philadelphians. And they're such a good fielding unit. This was unexpected to see Abdul Jabbar. Not the best bit of fielding. Not something he would want to look back on. So not a good start for Liam Plunkett. Although he'll feel it's not entirely his fault.
So a chance of a run out. Good end. Oh, strikes the stumps. And look at that, Stephen Wigg run out without scoring.
Yeah, another bit of fielding brilliance here for the Philadelphians. So they make up, in essence, for that overthrow. But Stephen Wigg run out in the end. So another wicket falls here for the Stallions. They've just begun to fall away a little bit.
Yeah, we saw great work here from Rajdeep Darbar, who initially bubbled the ball as the keeper. But he came back, man, took the glove off in a flash and found Stephen Wigg stranded. We'll take a look at that. Here we go, the keeper with the glove off quite quickly. And in the end, throw to the right end. Look at this. And Stephen Wigg not in the frame for a bit. And so another wicket falls. Trouble here for the Stallions. They're 7 down with 88 on the board.
So single then. Single to Jesse Singh. Gets Arjun Vajela onto strike. Would have crossed on that run out, so Jesse Singh, the man on strike, getting a single. So Arjun Vajela, the youngster, comes in at number 9 for the Stallions. Sid Matani and Sachin Mailavarapu are the 2 remaining.
So we saw in the first ball of this over, misfielding by AJ Abdul-Jabbar. Other than that, we've seen a wicket off the second ball run out. Good throw from Rajdeep Darbar. Sometimes as a keeper, Matt, you're not there to collect the ball, but you're also a fielder at times. And he picked up and he threw to the right end. A similar ball, he does well. Rajdeep Darbar, not easy to keep in conditions like this, Matt.
Yeah, he's held up quite well behind the stumps as Abdul Jabbar, as in fact Rajdeep Darbar, similar names at times. But as you mentioned early on, it's going to be about his batting. Inside edge from Vajay. We've seen quite a few of those from the New Jersey Stallions, it's fair to say. Quite a few inside edges.
Yeah, I was just going to make that point. In fact, the first 2 scoring shots from both batters, Dominic Ricky and Bravichetti, went in the similar direction off the same bowler.
Wow. So maybe it's been Liam Plunkett that has just been really good at finding the inside edge.
Yeah, you're right on that. You are super right on that.
Top delivery there again from Plunkett. Well executed, slow Yorker. Hashtag Philly cricket. Yes, of course, you love it. Deveshwari Prasad. Eight has come from this over from Liam Plunkett. Given the first ball went for 4, and it probably evens out with the wicket of Stephen Wigg. Vajela on 1. Saripul Islam has had a really good day, Matt, on screen. So Vajela sees out the final ball. It's 92 for 7 after 17.
Whoever you are, on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
So Dev will continue. Deveshwari Prasad. 3 overs remaining. And the New Jersey Stallions, you feel, have just fell away a little bit from where they were. They've started to lose some wickets at some very unfortunate times. We saw Bhaskar Yadram not able to set the stage alight today. Same with Darren Davis. We saw Stephen Wigg fall not too long ago. So just starting to fall away here towards the back end, which is not something you want to do in a T20 game.
Yeah, Matt, we saw them gotten off to a very good start from Dominic Ricky and Shetty. Monang Patel played a good hand. He got up to 22 and things were looking pretty good. But we've seen a very good comeback here from the Philadelphians. Their catching has really been good. They've accounted for a couple of runouts, so those dismissals have certainly helped the bowlers. We saw Ryan Scott, brilliance in the field. We saw Rajdeep Darbar in the last over, throwing to the right end. And we come down to the last 15 balls here now. Not a big score on tap. But we have seen what Mercer County conditions can do. And still looking at maybe 110, 120, Matt. Still is going to be a good score here for a very good attack supported by the Stallions. Shot into the offside. Emmanuel is the fielder, is it? Or that's Sorry Lang, he might have been. And so a single in this over. It has gone pretty good here for Devashwari Prasad.
And it's going to be all about the Stallions batting out these final 14 deliveries, which they probably backed them to with 3 wickets in hand. But can they get something going? Jesse Singh probably will have to face the bulk of that 14, you feel?
Yeah, you're right on that. He is very experienced, having played at the international level for some time. And we've seen some fine knocks from Jesse Singh, both at the local level and even in the minor league setup for the last couple of years. But he's not getting the liberty to really take that ball out of the park or across the cone. We've seen some very good bowling. This one in particular from Devashwari Prasad has only gone for 3. This has been a tidy one from him. So the 18 comes to a close. It's a 94 for 7.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
So we're down to the last 12 balls. 94 for 7. 18 overs gone. Liam Plunkett, Matt, will finish up here. 3 overs, no min, none for 16. And he runs into Vagela. Playing a miss. Rajdeep Darbar, he's been in the trenches today. And he's really blocked some good balls. 1 run out for him. Good work here from Rajdeep Darbar so far.
Yeah, you mentioned how difficult it is really for keepers at this venue. Rajdeep Darbar is a very experienced keeper.
And Matt, one of the things about keeping and like batsmen, you're trained to do the basic. When you look at wicket keeping, for example, you're there to collect the ball. You're there to collect the ball. But we have seen the keepers on this ground have had so much to block the ball. The ball skids along the surface, and you and I, we were talking off mic. Would it be better for the keeper to come up a few steps and get the ball on the full? But what happens when it bounces?
Yeah, it's a tough question, but it's something I'm surprised we haven't maybe seen more of from the keepers. Especially with so many deliveries landing just a few inches short. Maybe just take a step or 2 up, like there. In fairness, Rajdeep Darbar did take a few steps. I had my eyes fixed on him just to see his foot movement. He did take a few steps up, and it still landed in front of him.
Yeah.
So maybe just that starting point to maybe be just a little bit forward.
Yeah, Matt. And Matt, when you look at wicket keeping, there is no specified area in where to stand All keepers are different. Struck and struck well from Jesse Singh. That's gone. And it's gone far.
Lovely shot off the bat of Jesse Singh. Goes all the way. Much needed 6. That for the New Jersey Stallions brings them up to triple figures. 101 for 7, the New Jersey Stallions. A huge hit from Jesse Singh. And the 100 up in some style.
It's a lofted shot from Jesse Singh. Timed it well. And those runs really count. They go into triple figure mark. A big psychological figure across the line, as we're seeing Plunkett coming around the wicket. But just coming back to the keeper, there is no specified area in which you must stand. It goes, keepers are different. Some keeper likes to take the ball in front of them. Some like to take the ball on the climb. The Australians love to take the ball like a little bit of their shoulder, a little bit of their waist. Some keeper will like to take it by their knee. So it's up to Darbar what he's comfortable with. And those are adjustments keepers make. Lofted into the onside. Jesse Singh will retain strike when the final over comes up. 19 gone, it's 102 for 7.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
So we come down to the final over. It's 102 for 7. Jesse Singh is on 15 mat. And the Stallions will be quite pleased that Jesse Singh, at least for this final over, the first ball, he will be the man on strike. We saw in the previous over a lovely lofted shot that went for 6. Jesse Singh will be the man to face the first ball in the 20th over. Prashad has been given the ball.
Yeah, and I think probably Jesse Singh has got to take all 6 here. Oh, there we go. That's a 6 for you. Jesse Singh swung away. It's hit the car. And Jesse Singh picks up a huge hit. Look at that. Stepped across. Bit of a flat 6, but one that had a lot of distance on it. And look at that. Jesse Singh striking the car. And a good start to this final over here for the Stallions. Exactly what they wanted.
So playing a miss. Good comeback here from Deveshwari Prashad. So it's 108 for 7. And Matt, you look at 108, 110, 115, 120. That has been probably about the par score on this ground in this competition. And nothing wrong with that. Top edged into the offside. And well judged catch. It looks like Jonathan Fu has come up with one. And Jesse Singh is gone. It's 108 for 8.
Yeah, Captain Jonathan Fu. Safe fielder. Not many chances that you'll see Jonathan Fu put down. And this one no different. So Jesse Singh was able to take the first ball out of the playing area. Unable to do so on that occasion. Deveshwar Prashad has the last laugh in the end. It's 108 for 8.
So Matani comes in with 3 balls remaining, Matt. It's 108 for 8. And the Stallions have made a very good fight back. Wickets falling at 30, and we saw the second wicket falling at 57. But then we have seen some regular fall of wickets. Every time the momentum comes around, a wicket falls. Prashad with 3 balls remaining. Darbar comes up with the appeal, big appeal. Ritesh Patel walks to the square, signals a leg by. and 2 balls remaining.
So Arjun Vajela,
Senior man.
yeah, 4-ball senior to Siddharth Matani, as well as 3 runs. Gets an outside edge. This will run away. Jonathan Fu gives chase. They'll come back for 2. And they'll get 2 in the end. So 2 more to Arjun Vajela. Final delivery coming up. 1-1-1 on the board for the New Jersey Stallions. 1-11. And can Devish Rai Prashad close this out?
Yeah, it's 1-1-1. They call it Nelson. They call it the Nelson. I'll tell you the story about Nelson maybe when we come back. But 9 in this over. This has been a very good one here for Stallions. It doesn't matter how much wicket you lose. A big swing and a miss. Are they going to run? No. And so that will complete the 20th. He's being given out? It doesn't matter. It's 111 at the end of 20. 111 at the end of 20. And so 112 will be the winning score. So Matt, 112 to win. What's your take on that?
Not a bad score. Not a bad score at all when you look at the conditions here. I do think the Stallions will feel they're a little bit short, maybe 10 runs or so short when you look at that batting lineup. Darren Davis and Bhaskar Yadram on that batting card. 2 of their really explosive hitters that weren't able to get going today. So that's maybe where they fell short. They lost too many wickets, I feel, at the end. Stephen Wigg, Mukamala, Bhaskar Yadram all fell in a cluster. And they weren't really able to push on from that start they got from Bravish Shetty, Dominic Ricky, and Monang Patel at the top.
Yeah, we saw some steady bowling backed up with some very good fielding. Look at that. Couple of wickets there for Abdul Jabbar. Saripul Islam, he was extremely good. 2 for 13 off his 4. And a wicket apiece for Jonathan Fu. Prashad, I'm surprised that Jonathan Fu never came back, but that's how it goes. We're talking about the bowling combination. So at the end of 20, it's 111 for 9. So the Philadelphians would need 112 to stay and maintain the lead at the top of the table, Matt. Don't go away. Lot more cricket remaining as the Philadelphians will need 112. Cut away. That's a lovely shot from Shetty. Running up towards the backward point boundary. And that's 4 runs. Oh, that's a lovely shot from Bravish Shetty. That has gone away for 4. Again,
there he goes again. Bravish Shetty goes big and goes all the way.
Oh, look this. Dominic Ricky. Straightish towards the long on area. And he now gets into the act. He picks up a beautiful 4.
Yeah,
oh, looking for runs always. Ryan Scott. Wrong man he is picked out. And in the end, he makes it look easy. Ryan Scott. Dominic Ricky gone.
But the approach has stayed the same from Bravish Shetty. Monang Patel hit up and over the offside. Did really, really well there. 50 up for the New Jersey Stallions. Much needed boundary as well for Monang Patel.
Oh, that's a big. And look at that. Running. Oh, chance of a run out. And Darren Dave lofted, but straight into the hands of Goranshu Shah. Bhaskar Yadram goes big. Sharma calls for it. Takes the catch. Edged into the offside. But and Dominic Ricky, Bravish Shetty in particular batted well. Oh, misfield from Abdul Jabbar. And look at that. What should have been?
Fault.
So a chance of a run out. Good end. Oh, strikes the stumps. And look at all keepers are different. Struck and struck well from Jesse Singh. That's gone. And it's gone far.
Oh, there we go. That's a 6 for you. Jesse Singh swung away.
And nothing wrong with that. Top edged into the offside. And well judged catch. It looks like Jonathan Fu has come up with 1.
You're watching the Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, brought to you by our 2023 partners.
So we welcome you back for the chase. The Philadelphians match will require 112 from 120 balls. We saw the Stallions falling away after batting at 59 for 2. But in the end, they were able to post 111. We'll have to wait and see. Ryan Scott and Rajdeep Darbar out in the middle. It'll be Darbar to face the first ball. Jesse Singh, as expected, gets the new ball. Can't recall seeing a New Jersey Stallions game in which Jesse Singh hasn't bowled the first ball.
Right on that, now that I mention it, not just in this season, but probably going back over the 2 years, Jesse Singh has customarily been the man that has kicked things off. Maybe only a few occasions where it's been anyone different.
Mailavarapu.
Probably only Sachin Mailavarapu, you're right. Could have only been the other candidate. But Jesse Singh, for the most part, has done the business first up. And he'll be bowling to Rajdeep Darbar. We spoke a lot about Rajdeep Darbar with his glove work. But we also said in that first innings, he'll desperately be looking for a score to solve that Philadelphians top order problem and keep a batsman problem. Can he do it today? Here's Jesse Singh. So the first one goes through to the keeper.
And Matt, we don't know. Sometimes it varies from the batters themselves, or maybe it's a plan. Why not Ryan Scott facing the first ball?
Always an interesting plan. Could be some sort of, I don't know, superstition or some sort of routine between Ryan Scott and Rajdeep Darbar. So big appeals from the Stallions. They're all up early on, but not out in the end, says Ritesh. Jesse Singh fired up. And they've got Monang Patel back behind the stumps. You would have seen Bravish Shetty with the gloves on. Today, they've gone back to Monang Patel.
Yes, good sign here from Jesse Singh. Nothing wrong with asking question. There's something that you call an aggressive dot ball, Matt. Those are the ball in which something happens and just doesn't fly away towards the keeper for no reason. Into the onside, Ryan Scott will be on strike. And so it's 1 on the board here for the Philadelphians. So Ryan Scott, you want to know how prolific this man has been? Well, he has crossed the half-century mark 3 times. And when you consider what batting has been on the eastern side, then you'll understand what I've just said. And already we were seeing a bit of confusion here. Men running all over the field, Matt. Jesse Singh has to put a stop to it and say, hold on, what's going on? And as a bowler, Matt, you can't wait until 36 balls has been delivered to get out of the power play to stop these men like Ryan Scott. He's in a league of its own. Quality striker of the ball, and he's not afraid to take on. Whether you're a big name or whether you've got things going for you. Jesse Singh to Ryan Scott. This is going to be a good matchup. Here it is. Into the offside, can't score. This has been a very good over from Jesse Singh. Oh, look at that. Should have probably gone for 1. Did you see that? The ball is not dead yet. We'll probably try to take a look at that, but should have gone through for 1. Look, the ball was thrown away. I don't think it's dead yet. It hasn't gotten back to the bowler, certainly not in the keeper's glove. I thought Ryan Scott might have been the one not paying attention here, but take a look at this one. Into the offside. And look, Vagela throwing the ball away. So ball into the offside. This has been a very good over here from Jesse Singh.
Yeah, really good start here from Jesse Singh. Maybe even the batters themselves were a bit confused, or may have caught them off guard as well. But Jesse Singh, this has been a really good first over. We mentioned how used we are to seeing Jesse Singh open the bowling. We're also very used to see him bowl well at the top. Bamboozled Ryan Scott there a little bit. You could see the head moving side to side. Lost it a little bit there for Ryan Scott.
So full. This has been a very good over. Now they go through for one. A little bit of sloppy feeling by number 21. So the first over comes to a close. It's 2 for no loss. So 2 off the first over by Jesse Singh, Ryan Scott and Rajdeep Darbar out in the middle, both batters on 1. And Matt, we were talking about this opening attack here from the Stallions. They have gone very predictably with Jesse Singh, but look, Sachin Mailavarapu has always been part of the opening couple of overs. Has been spared and the ball has been thrown to Stephen Wigg. Wigg versus Scott. What do you make of this?
Well, on one hand, you feel the pace of Stephen Wigg might be meat and drink for Ryan Scott. But at the same time, Stephen Wigg is up there in terms of the wickets. He's done really well. Back to that 2021 form we saw from Stephen Wigg to take wickets and to take big wickets as well. So this will be a very, very interesting contest. Lefty to lefty.
So the customary way of Ryan Scott just counting the fielders. He settles and waits for Stephen Wigg. Oh, he gets a very good first one. Looking for a run. The throw will come in. And a little bit of eventful ball there.
Yeah, Rajdeep Darbar took off. Survives in the end. So Stephen Wigg, round 1 will go to him. But Ryan Scott, 1 of 4 deliveries, you know, he's not going to stay quiet for long. Something will have to give. It's just a matter of will it work in Scott's favor or Wigg's.
Yeah, playing a miss. Couple of minor triumphs here for Stephen Wigg. He has done what the captain has asked him to, and I think he has done better. I think the captain had asked him to keep Ryan Scott quiet. He has gone ahead on a couple of dot balls. What else can you ask for from Stephen Wigg?
He's done really, really well.
He's given you 2 good reasons to why he has been given this over.
He's got Bhaskar Yadram at slip in as well, so he's looking to attack Ryan Scott. Not looking to play defense early on are the New Jersey Stallions. Up and over from Ryan Scott. Runs on the offer here. And they'll pick up what could be 4. Yes, it is. So a boundary to Ryan Scott.
Yeah, not too many bowlers have really kept this man quiet. Not for long. And I make the point not for long, Matt. We saw Stephen Wigg kept him quiet in a couple of balls. But it's just a matter of time. He gets a chance, he breaks free. And there you go. 4 off the bat of Ryan Scott. A commanding player. And he will continue to dominate every opportunity he gets. Lovely shot for 4. And Stephen Wigg with 4 in the over so far. Taking on the pad. Might have been going down the leg side. Umpire Colin Edwards walks away. I'm at one of the you've got to understand actions from umpires. If they stand planted there, you never know, something may give. But once they start to walk away, stop appealing, please.
Once they start walking away, as long as you're still shouting, if this was a real international game, could be a bit of a fine headed your way.
So a good bit of stop there from the fielder, but Mukamala, but it allows Scott to go to the non-striker's end. I mean, look, we have seen some umpires at the international level. Stephen Buckner, who I had the privilege to umpire a game a couple of weeks ago, Matt. Stephen Buckner, but he was known as slow death, and he takes a while to really put his hands up, but he stays firmly. You know you're onto something if he stands there. The minute he starts to walk away, pick up the ball and bowl again. Darbar comes in to strike. Wigg has gone for 5 in this over. We've seen a good strike from Ryan Scott. And keeps low. Monang does well. Chance of a run out, wrong end. How many times we've seen that, Matt? That sometimes the throw goes to the wrong end. That was one example.
And it was Ryan Scott who was running to the danger end. Big chance gone a begging there for the New Jersey Stallions. They could have had Ryan Scott walking back. Have another look at this. Through it went. Heck of a save from Monang Patel. Just couldn't get the throw on. Ryan Scott was about halfway down the pitch. And just couldn't get a firm throw from Monang Patel back to Stephen Wigg.
Yeah, throw is one thing. Right end is the other thing. And Matt, we have seen, and probably in your lifetime, you have seen runouts. But we'll talk about that when we come back. So much to talk about today. And so 2 gone is 8 without loss.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need 1 hand on the roof, 1 hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
So it's 104 to win from 108 balls, almost a run a ball game. Ryan Scott is the man on strike. It's so exciting when he gets onto strike, Matt. And Jesse Singh, the 2 men outside of the 30-yard. Dominic Rickey at long on. And deep square leg. The couple of fielders out, and Jesse Singh will come into bowl to Ryan Scott. 2 attacking fielders outside of the ring. A big thud, a little bit of an edge onto the pad. Good start here from Jesse Singh. It's 8 for no loss.
Yeah, solid as always from Jesse Singh so far.
And Matt, just coming back to the run out. Sometimes, how many times have you seen 2 batters in the same crease stranded, and the throw goes to the wrong end, although the fielder has some bit of time?
Many a time, many a time.
And by the way, you see that at all level, from street cricket to the international level. Why is that so? You would think that at the top level, at the highest level, they ought to do better.
Sports is a funny thing. And so is pressure. It's a funny thing. I tell you, even the best can crumble under situations like that.
So a good start to the third over here by Jesse Singh. And Matt, you've got to say that that the plan to bowl Stephen Wigg. They settled for one. The fielding has been good, and now look, Ritesh Patel has to be out on the way. And when you look at Ritesh Patel, the umpire, he looks like one of the fielders. They're all red. With dark pants. But look, you look at Jesse Singh and Stephen Wigg. And we're into the third over here. They have kept Ryan Scott relatively quiet. We've only seen 1-4. And so perhaps the plan here by Jesse Singh and Stephen Wigg has really worked out so far. And I'm pretty sure they will want to bowl a lot more deliveries to Rajdeep Darbar. We've seen Rajdeep Darbar at his best at the USPL. And we know he can bat. But between Wigg and Jesse Singh and the Philadelphians, they'll want to keep Scott out of this strike for some time. Oh, looking to pull through the onside. Struck on the body. Might be the helmet. They'll have to probably go through the protocol of a concussion situation. Ritesh Patel is just making sure that he's okay. And Matt, do you know some of the questions they asked you if you're struck on the helmet? That is part of the concussion protocol. I tell you, some of these questions that in my right mind I may not be able to answer. Better yet, if I get hit on my head with one of these balls. I'll tell you an example. One of the questions they'll ask you, no ball? So no ball is the call. And I wonder why. We'll take a look. He might have overstepped. And Jesse Singh, Matt, has had a bit of a problem at the top level with this. Take a look.
Yeah, just a bit prone to no balls at times, especially if it's one for overstepping. It's a bit difficult to really see the line there, but if so.
So free hit ball coming up. Rajdeep Darbar will be the recipient. So here we go. Free hit ball. Jesse to Darbar. Pulled into the onside. Fielder is there, so no harm done. This over's gone pretty well for Jesse Singh, considering we've seen a no ball.
Yeah, he's bowled really well other than that.
What are those questions?
Yeah, Matt, just coming back to the concussion question. Among them is the one that would ask you, what was your score in your last game? Now, how many cricketers can really remember that? Or where did you play your last match? Or what's the name of this venue? I'm pretty sure that some cricketers will play at a venue, have no idea what this name of this venue.
Oh man, I agree with you. We've seen it so many times.
In the days of boxing, they used to put up a couple fingers and ask you to count one, count two, when Muhammad Ali used to fight. I think they've changed that now a little bit. It's a little bit more in-depth. And a lot of time boxers, they'll say, well, I'm fine to continue. They'll count the numbers and then boom, you go. Next second, they're on the floor again. Cut away. That's a good looking shot from Rajdeep Darbar. May even get 4. They'll come back for a couple of runs. And so the fourth over comes to a close. It's 13 for no loss.
Whoever you are, on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
So 3 gone, 13 for no loss. Scott and Rajdeep Darbar out in the middle. They need 99 to win from 102 balls. Stephen Wigg, quality first over from him, conceding just 6 runs. We saw in that over a lovely shot over the offside off the bat of Ryan Scott. Scott on strike. And trying to go down the leg side. Big appeal. It may have touched something on his way through. Colin Edwards sees that pretty well. Ball sliding down the leg side, Matt. And every ball that you bowl to Ryan Scott and he doesn't score big, it's a bit of a minor victory for you. And this is the man they'll have to contain. Philadelphians on 12 points. Stallions is on 10. And it doesn't get better than this in a competitive sense on the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah, the best of the best here in action in the 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. Top of the table clash, and so far it hasn't disappointed. You feel this game is well poised to go down to the wire, especially if you've got a man like Ryan Scott that can hang in there and play a couple shots.
And Matt, psychologically, even if Ryan Scott is not at his best, psychologically, when you know he's in the middle, you know Jesse Singh is not going to rest easy until he sees the back of Ryan Scott.
Yeah, they're still going to try and do their best to get him out as soon as possible, Ryan Scott. They know how crucial that wicket of his is. So do the fans supporting the Philadelphians.
So playing a miss. Look what has gone on in this over. We have seen 4 dot balls from a very experienced minor league campaigner in Stephen Wigg. And Matt, it's interesting. We saw both Stephen Wigg and Ryan Scott, might have been 3 or 4 years ago, into a series called the World Series in New York, when both of them were pretty much unknown, Stephen Wigg and Ryan Scott. In fact, Ryan Scott would have played for one team. And he was the best fielder in that series. We didn't see much of him as a batsman. And Stephen Wigg was excellent in that Global World Series up in New York a few years ago.
Ryan Scott would have batted for his side. He would have batted around 5 or 6, which tells you a lot. It was just before the first ever minor league in 2021. So certainly there was some bit of uncertainty around Ryan Scott, as well as Stephen Wigg, who has bowled 5 dots on the trot. Ryan Scott would have also taken 7 catches in one game in that World Series. Never forget that. We saw him take a catch earlier in this contest as well.
So into the offside. What a tidy over we've seen from Stephen Wigg. It comes to a close. 4 gone is 14 for no loss.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Siddharth Matani into the attack, and you were asking the question off Mike, how long will they go without spin, the Stallions? Answer, not very long. Siddharth Matani into the attack. Could have gone with Bhaskar Yadram.
And Matt, it's no surprise Matani has been given the ball. They want to target Ryan Scott. Get the ball to turn away from the left-hander. In the world of T20 cricket, you hear so much about matchups. Well, here is one. Matani turning the ball away from the left-hander. How well will it work? We'll find out right now. As Matani comes into the attack, Scott is on 8. But you've got to say 8 from 17 balls. Certainly not the kind of numbers that, lofted into the offside or over the offside field. And fielder will come around. They'll come back for a couple of runs. But a good start here from Matani. Ball in the air for some time. Yadram came around. And 2 runs to Ryan Scott.
Siddharth Matani back into the side. We saw him had to sit out a few games. Raymond Ramratan this time. Not part of the Stallions lineup. Better delivery from Sid Matani. Pulling out all the stops here to remove or to at least bog down Ryan Scott. But as you mentioned, even if he might not be striking the ball as cleanly as he normally does, just having Ryan Scott out there is still psychologically a threat to the New Jersey Stallions, so they'll do anything they can to eliminate that threat. And Siddharth Matani has been the man they've trusted. So far, he hasn't done well. He hasn't done badly.
And Matt, you want to know how they're going to scamper for one. Good running here from Darbar and Scott. You want to know the impact of a big wicket? Wait until it falls and watch for the celebration. Not for the men right out in the middle. What for the celebration for the guy feeling all the way at deep square leg, as in this case, Stephen Wigg. Ryan Scott is going to be the big key here. If he fires, it becomes easier for the other batters from the Philadelphians team to really get the other 95 runs. If he falls early, the others will know they will have to bat and bat well. Goranshu Sharma, Jonathan Fu, the captain, and the others to come. Shiranshu Bhatia, who's been the top order batter in the last couple of years for this team. Ball comes off the slice, goes into the direction of Myla Varapu, and now they go through for one. Good alert running. Good cricket here from the Philadelphians.
Yeah, good work from these two out in the middle, Rajdeep Darbar and Ryan Scott. Haven't been able to strike as well as they would like. We've only saw one boundary. Came off the bat of Ryan Scott.
And this has been a very good over here from Matani. Oh, look at that. Into the offside. Quality over from Matani. So any doubt they would have had about bringing in spin has certainly been dispelled. Tidy over from Matani. 5 gone. It's 18 for no loss. So Bhaskar Yadram comes into the attack. We have seen 5 overs gone. The Philadelphians, they need 112. They're batting at 18 for no loss. And so they need 94 from 90 balls. Ryan Scott is on 11 off 22. Flicked away into the onside. Fielder takes the catch. Darbar is gone.
Really good catch in the end. Saiteja Mukamala comes up with a really good catch. Flicked away from Ryan Scott. And, in fact, from Rajdeep Darbar, sorry. And in the end, he hung in the air for some bit of time. And Saiteja Mukamala made no mistake in taking the catch. So Darbar falls. Big wicket down for the New Jersey Stallions. We made the point at the start of the last over. Going back to Bhaskar Yadram. He was an option, getting the extra seamer on. And so far it's worked out in favor of the Stallions. It's 18 for 1.
Yeah, when you look at Darbar, when he flicked the ball, he knew he was in trouble. He knew the ball hasn't gone anywhere, and he knew it's going in the direction of Mukamala. He's a safe catcher. Sharma comes to the middle. It's 18 for 1. So they need 94 to win from 89 balls. They've lost the wicket of Rajdeep Darbar. A brilliant start to his bowling spell from Bhaskar Yadramat. Can't complain when your first ball you've picked up 1.
No complaints at all, indeed.
And if we were to take a look at the last wicket and look at Rajdeep Darbar when he played the shot, he knew he was in trouble. Look at his body language. He gave up. If Mukamala had dropped that catch, they probably wouldn't have gotten a single. Rajdeep had given up. Do you see that?
Would have certainly been close. Probably would have gotten a single, but would have been close. Would have been a chance of a run out.
So Sharma comes into strike. Goranshu Sharma into the onside. Scott is always ready to respond and to probably initiate calls for quick singles. It's 19 for 1. Scott comes back into strike.
And he's got a really good runner in Goranshu Sharma to partner him as well. Two very quick, two very agile players out in the middle, Ryan Scott and Goranshu Sharma.
And the fact is, Matt, another 4 balls from now, when the power play is ended, you get a chance for a more spread field, a lot more gaps in the 30-yard circle area, and a chance for you to really pick up a lot more singles. This game is a run-a-ball game with the odd boundary that probably will come. But for now, this game, 93 to win from 88 balls, is really a run-a-ball game. Play and a miss. Bhaskar has been good in this over so far.
Yeah, he started off this over really well here as Bhaskar Yadram. And Ryan Scott, 11 of 23 deliveries.
Yeah, the man with 350s this season. Not an easy feat.
And you'll probably have to go back a long way to find the last time Ryan Scott was striking at 47.8.
Yeah, but he's hung in there so far. Yadram, very good over from him so far. Into the offside, into the onside, goes up straight to Darren Davis. And it always surprises me about Darren Davis. He's a left-hander. He bats left, he bowls left, but he throws right. And one of these days I'll have to ask him, what's up with that?
Well, I'll tell you what. As a student myself, I've participated in gym class a lot. And this year we've played a lot of American football. I've practiced how to become a quarterback. And even though I am left-handed, I do everything with my left hand. I've learned that I can actually throw the football better with my right hand.
Well, a play and a miss, and the ball goes through to Manang Patel just before the over comes to a close. So you're a quarterback, you're training to be a quarterback. Well, I'll tell you what, Jets needs a quarterback. Are you good?
more of a wide receiver than a quarterback. And I have my cricket experience to thank with being a good catcher.
Jets needs a quarterback. Are you interested?
They could use a lot more than me at the moment.
I heard everybody's like a Joe Namath maybe going back to the Jets. Lofted, well away from the fielder. And it falls in front of Mukamala. So a single to Ryan Scott to close out the 6th over. And after 6 is 20 for 1.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
So 20 for 1 at the end of 6. Power play done and dusted, Matt. And Sid Matani, why not? He gets a second over. First has gone for 4.
Yes, Sid Matani has been quite economical in his first over. Haven't seen Sachin Malavarpo as yet, but so far the 4 bowlers they've used, Jesse Singh, Stephen Wigg, Siddharth Matani and Bhaskar Yadram, have all yielded good results, so no real reason for the Stallions to change things up just yet.
So Ryan Scott is on 12 of 26. Not too many times you'll see numbers like that when he's batting out in the middle, Matt. And so the off spinner to Scott. Good ball again. Good start here from Sid Matani to start the 7th over. The dot ball to Ryan Scott. So ball in the region of Jesse Singh. Jesse Singh may not have picked that up for a while. It took a long time to move, Matt. And many times you think it's... sometimes you don't pick the ball up. So 21 for 1. Not a bad start here from Siddharth Matani. Will get a chance to bowl to Goranshu Sharma. And so 91 to win from 82 balls. The Philadelphians requiring 112 to win this contest. They've put on 21 for the loss of Rajdeep Darbar. He fell for 4. Oh, lovely strike from Goranshu Sharma. And Dominic Ricky runs out of space. That'll go on upstairs.
Lovely shot from Goranshu Sharma. Hasn't taken him long to get in on the action. Just the second ball he's seen has dispatched of that. Long way back from Goranshu Sharma. Goranshu Sharma is another player who has really struggled or hasn't quite made that match-winning consistent impact in the black and yellow of the Philadelphians. But you feel as this tournament progresses, Goranshu Sharma will have to play an important part. And today could be the day.
Yeah, lovely strike from Goranshu Sharma. Good follow through, good flow of the bat. Into the onside, looking for runs. They're challenging Stephen Wigg. Stephen Wigg comes in, up to the challenge. Only a run. The Philadelphians, they remain at 28 for 1. And this has been a very good over here for the Philadelphians. And Matt, when you look at Matani bowling, he's going to love the matchup bowling to Ryan Scott, getting the ball to turn away. But he may not like bowling to Goranshu Sharma, who we saw really struck a ball that turned into his zone. A single here to Ryan Scott. He goes up to 14. It's 29 for 1. So 9 in this over so far. This has been a very good one here for the Philadelphians. And Guranshu Sharma looking to go through the onside, a shortish ball. And so 7 overs gone is 29 for 1.
Whoever you are on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
Slow going for the Philadelphians. 29 for 1 at the conclusion of 7 overs. Still just over run a ball required, 83 from 78, but current run rate is 4.14. Still got Ryan Scott there who can turn things on at any point. Bhaskar Yadram continuing. 1 for 2 with the wicket of Rajdeep Dabar.
So 83 to win from 78 balls. Bhaskar Yadram, first over went pretty well, just conceding a couple of runs. Well, look at this. Ryan Scott has finally picked up 1 and is gone far, is gone for 6.
Lovely shot from Ryan Scott. Greets Bhaskar Yadram with a 6. And there's that game changer type of blood in Ryan Scott. Has the capability to turn a game on its head at any point, even when he's struggling. You see that 6 there, prime example of it. And is that the boundary? Is that the 6 that gets Ryan Scott flowing?
It's going to be tough for you with the pace of Bhaskar Yadram to bounce Ryan Scott. All he sees, Ryan Scott, is an opportunity to really go over the cones, and that's exactly what he's done to Bhaskar Yadram. Do you think Bhaskar Yadram does have the pace to back up Ryan Scott, bowling short?
Depends. Does he have the pace? Yes. Does he have it consistently to keep Ryan Scott under the same pressure? We'll have to wait and see. Thankfully for him, though, Ryan Scott is off strike. And here comes Guranshu Sharma, who himself has struck a 6 not too long ago.
So they need 76 from same amount of balls, Matt. And I made a point. It comes down to a run a ball game. Do you think run a ball game has become the new complication in T20 cricket?
I think so. In certain situations, absolutely. Especially with conditions like these. Can't take anything for granted.
So Guranshu Sharma, we saw in the previous over. Couple of 6s in this innings. One off the bat of Ryan Scott and one off his bat. And Bhaskar Yadram, we saw him in the previous over. An over that went for only a couple of runs. Would have picked up the only wicket to have fallen so far. In fact, picked up a wicket off his first ball. But this over hasn't treated him too nicely. We saw a big shot from Ryan Scott. That went for the second maximum of this Philadelphians innings. And so they need 76 from 75 balls. Guranshu Sharma, along with Ryan Scott, still batting to come. Shiro Bhatia, Jonathan Furaj, Nanan, Liam Plunkett. Could be the set of batters coming next and or somewhere at the top of the order, Matt. But for now, Sharma and Scott out in the middle. Big Todd onto the pad. Could be leg by here from umpire Colin Edwards. And they need 75 to win.
So Ryan Scott back on strike, 21 of 31. Bhaskar Yadram, 2 deliveries to go from him. Hasn't had the same success in this over than he did in his first.
So playing a miss here from Ryan Scott, and he's always looking to attack bowlers, Matt. We saw 6 off the very first ball, but Bhaskar Yadram has come back. And he's only given up 2 after that. 1 leg by. That will not go against him, but at least still a couple of runs that could affect the team. 75 to win. And so the battle is on. 21 to Ryan Scott. And here's Bhaskar Yadram. Final ball to close out number 8. Playing a miss, and it goes through to Monang Patel. So the 8th over comes to a close. It's 37 for 1.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
So 37 for 1. 37 for 1 at the end of 8. Mailavarapu comes into the attack, Matt. And how rare have you seen Mailavarapu come in with 8 overs gone?
Yeah, certainly not very common to see Sachin Mailavarapu this late. But again, we've seen 4 bowlers being used by the Stallions, and all 4 of them have done quite well. So now Sachin Mailavarapu, a quality bowler in his own right. One of the best we've seen across the East in the 3 years of minor league.
And we still haven't seen Deron Davis. Stallions are playing without Ram Ratan. So here is Mailavarapu. Starts well, a dot ball. Do you think that because of Ryan Scott, Jesse Singh has had to move around some bowling options today?
Yeah, we still haven't seen Deron Davis into the attack at all. Taken on the pad, but very subdued appeals.
So ball looking, Garanshu looking to work the ball into the onside. Very good start here from Sachin Mailavarapu. Couple of dot balls. And look at that, very innovative from Sharma. The keeper is giving chase. They'll come back for a couple of runs. And a good looking shot from Garanshu Sharma yields him a couple of runs.
Yeah, good looking shot from Sharma. That's all that the Philadelphians would probably be hoping for at this stage, especially if they can keep wickets in hand and find those odd boundaries here and there. Makes the game a whole lot easier when you think of it that way. Much easier said than done, though.
Yeah. Looking for bunks. It's not there. Got into line to pull through the onside, but you need bunks. Not on Mercer. So that's the captain, Jesse Singh. He's at long off. A very high trafficking position. Ball turned into the onside mat, and Ryan Scott will get a chance to face one ball in this over at least, as Myla Varapu, the leg spinner, will come into bowl to Ryan Scott. 40 for 1. Oh, big swing and a miss. So the 9th over comes to a close. And after 9 is 40 for 1. They need 72 to win. 40 for 1.
Once we come.
Yeah, so you look at that over by over chart. After 10 overs, the Stallions were at 58 for 2. After 9, the Philadelphians are 40 for 1. So unless they can get 18 runs from this over, right now you've got to say the Philadelphians are behind. But they have lost one less wicket. The blue from the Stallions already done. You can see some taller buildings towards the back end of an innings, although they did lose some wickets. We'll see if that can come back to haunt them. Those buildings could have been maybe even taller had guys like Deron Davis and Bhaskar Yadram stuck around for a little bit more.
Yes, Matt, as Matani gets another bowling spell, comes from the far end of the ground, from the little cottage end. And we talk about that house and that cottage. Starts with a wide going down the leg side, and we spoke about that cottage, Matto. And we made the point that sometimes objects that you see on your screen are further than you think. And sometimes people would ask me, well, that house isn't the house close by? What happens when you hit that house? And I said, well, it will take 2 cricket fields for you to get to that house. Like I recall when we were at Glenville, my car was parked straight into the view of one of the sides. Take a look at this house. And it may look close at some points of the feed and during the broadcast, but we'll talk about that. Look. And now, if we get back to the house, my good friend Umair, yeah, and you look at this house is about 2 boundaries length away from this ground here at Mercer County Park, and this ground is about 70 yards, so it's about 140 yards to that house. Try hitting that.
Maybe the one man, if anybody, that can probably challenge it was Bhaskar Yadram, and I'm not saying he could. I'm not entirely sure the dimensions at Church Street Park from the pitch to that tennis court that he struck the ball into, but still certainly a big distance. But Bhaskar Yadram unable to get going today.
Well, Bhaskar will have to hit that twice, Matt. So we're back with the cricket. Sharma is the man on strike. And Matani. You see what we spoke about? Not the fault of Matani. He's bowling okay. The turn that he gets here from Mercer County pitch allows the ball to turn way past the leg side. That's a wide. And that is why Matani, if we don't have all the stats to really show you that and tell you that. And that is why when he bowls to left-hander, we all know that there's a longer leeway for what is called a wide and an offside. Oh, he's been given out. So that's the end of Goranshu Sharma. And Matani picks up a second wicket here for the Stallions.
Yeah, Siddharth Matani gets in on the act now with the wickets. Removes Goranshu Sharma. And a much-needed second wicket for the New Jersey Stallions. Sharma goes for 11. It's 42 for 2. Well, they have 43. The wicket of Garanshu Sharma. Slow death from Colin Edwards. He is pumped.
Yeah, Matani throws away his arm guard. That's equivalent to when these batters, they make a lot of runs now, they throw away their helmet and they throw away their bat. Yeah, things are really evolved to.
it's one of those things where, as a batter, you score a century, you score the winning runs, you've got plenty of things to take off immediately. The helmet, the bat, the gloves. When you're a bowler and you're pumped as Siddharth Matani is, you get a big wicket, you've got nothing. You've got absolutely nothing. You've got to just throw the first thing you've got. And for Siddharth Matani, it was the armband.
Was it Ravichandra Ashwin who threw his helmet down and was penalized or something like that in the IPL?
Avish Khan had struck the winning blows, had slammed the helmet to the ground, had been slapped with a fine afterward. I'm not sure the makers of the helmet would have been quite pleased with that.
Well, actually, they might have been pleased, because if you pick up the helmet with no dents, no cracks,
you're right.
That's a good promotion. This
You're
is
right.
one of the strongest helmet.
The ad campaign has solved itself.
Oh, that's a lovely shot from Ryan Scott. Deron Davis comes around, and you would expect Deron Davis to stop that ball.
Yeah, Deron Davis surprisingly unable to pull that one back in. We'll take another look at this one. Ryan Scott got in position quite early to play that shot, and Deron Davis stretching out a hand and just couldn't get it back into the playing area.
Yeah, Matt, one of the things they tell you with cricket, use both hands. You're twice as more to be successful in using both hands than one. You're 50-50 on one. You're 100% on two. So the 10th over comes to a close. It's 48 for 2.
Wow.
So the 50 would have come up with a massive strike from Ryan Scott, Matt. And Jonathan Fu, the man on strike. So Ryan Scott has struck his second 6. And would have brought up the Philadelphians 54 for 2 at the time being. 10 overs gone. And so 58 to win from 60 balls. 58 to win in the last 10 overs. Myla Varapu will continue. And the battle between the Philadelphians, top of the table, and second place for now, New Jersey Stallions, continues here at Mercer County pitch. Pitch number 4 in a beautiful Saturday afternoon, 77 degrees here cool breeze across the ground. I've seen you showed up with your sweatsuit.
Yeah, it's slowly getting to that time of the year here in the northeast. Getting a bit cooler.
Can we see the 2 wickets while anyhow? Maybe. So 58 to win from 60 balls. Jonathan Fu is on strike. And Jonathan Fu has been the crisis man when you think of it coming to the Philadelphians. We've seen him do everything for this franchise. He was a keeper at one time, or at least help with keeping. He bowls his off spin. He's had to lead the team, and he comes in here with 58 runs still needed. And he's going to be a key batter here. Sachin Mailavarapu continues. And we've gotten a big applause. I wonder why. I'm looking at the scorecard. Jonathan Fu is only on 2. Ryan Scott is on 31. And you wonder, and the score is 55, not even 50. And you wonder, what's the big applause?
Maybe it's the skipper, Jonathan Fu.
So 55 for 2. They need 57 from 59. Run a ball. Oh, this one pumped into the onside. Mukamala comes up with an easy catch. And the big man Ryan Scott is gone.
Big wicket that. Huge wicket. Saiteja Mukamala has been excellent in the field today. A simple catch from him in the end, but a huge wicket from Sachin Mailavarapu. Picks up the huge breakthrough of Ryan Scott. Exactly what the Stallions wanted. Have a look at this. A shorter delivery from Mailavarapu. Going for the pull was Ryan Scott. And in the end, Saiteja Mukamala, he took the catch to dismiss Rajdeep Darbar. And he's taken the catch to dismiss Ryan Scott. Huge moment for the Stallions. Scott departs for 31. It's 55 for 3, the Philadelphians.
So they need 57 from 58 balls. Shiranshu Bhatia comes to the middle. And I get the feeling, Matt, we're going to see a very tight game going forward from here. 57 to win from 58 balls. They've lost 3 wickets. And Jonathan Fu will now be joined by Shiranshu Bhatia. 55 for 3.
Ryan Scott walking back to the pavilion for 31. It's 55 for 3, the Philadelphians. Shiranshu Bhatia walks out. And maybe that dugout just getting a little bit tense since that departure of Ryan Scott.
55 for 3.
See the likes of Mario Rampasad there, Wanoy Drysdale, not part of the side, not part of the 11 today, on the bench for the Philadelphians. Shiranshu Bhatia. He has established himself as a bit of a crisis man as well. Last season was quite good for the Philadelphians with the bat. particularly in that number 3, number 4 position. Helped them out of some trouble on quite a few occasions. Will need to do the same here alongside his skipper, Jonathan Fu.
Yes, Matt. They come down to the last 58 runs, 58 balls. And you get the feeling it's going to be a close contest. So we're just a little bit held up here because of some marking work or some sweeping work to be done. It's been a very dry day in New Jersey, and so we see the curator or part of the ground staff here coming out with a broom. Might be just want to sweep away some dust. We saw a lot of dust at times on this facility here. And so umpire Colin Edwards along with Ritesh Patel and one of the match manager just making sure that things are put in place. We might get a remarking of the crease. And so play is held up for a little bit. So we'll be back right now with cricket when cricket continues here with the news. The Philadelphians, they're batting a 55 for 3. They still need 57 to win. So it looks like we're ready for play. And Myla Varapu will continue, will come into ball to Shiru Bhatia. New batter comes to the middle with 57 runs still needed here. And I wonder that break, which team benefits from a little break like that, Matt?
You're right. I think both sides. Pretty even contest. Philadelphians don't really have a red-hot batter that you could say it maybe messed with their momentum. Two new men out in the middle. And still a pretty even game. Run a ball game. Both sides still in it.
And we saw Stallions taking a quote-unquote unofficial strategic timeout. And in fact, they ran out of time with their timeout. Ball worked into the onside. This has been a very good over here from Myla Varapu. Darren Davis still yet to come. Didn't have a good day with the bat. He was run out. Good fielding work from Ryan Scott then. Oh, should have done a lot more with a ball like that, but Bhatia will get off the mark with one. Will retain strike when play resumes. We've seen a quality one from Sachin Myla Varapu. So 11 gone is 57 for 3.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
So 55 to win from 54 balls, run a ball. Shiru Bhatia is on one, the man on strike. Jonathan Fu, Matt. Have we forgotten him? He's out there in the middle. Hasn't faced for a long time. And Bhaskar Yadram comes back into the attack. We saw Bhaskar Yadram last week, Matt, or it might have been a couple of weeks ago, showed up in the Big Three tournament in New York. And he came with his famous black boots. Is that his local boots when he plays local cricket, and then he comes up with this boot?
Could possibly be the case there from Yadram.
When Yadram bowled that ball, so ball turned into the offside, easy single, good looking shot again from Shiru Bhatia. And we were talking about Bhaskar Yadram boot, where he showed up at a tournament last week in New York, Matt. Looked quite odd with his black boots.
Quite the opposite today.
Well, they say in local cricket, be careful of two types of player. One with black boots, and the other one that has a bit of a bulging belly or a bulging stomach. Be careful. They'll beat you one day in the park.
And we've seen it. We've seen that.
So 54 to win from 52 balls. Fu is on 2, and Fu has been the crisis man for every team that he plays for, Matt. Would have gotten an edge onto the ball, and Fu would have, Jonathan Fu would have made his name. I remember some years ago, he would have won a game for Guyana at the Caribbean T20 level. That T20 series has now evolved into the CPL as what we have tonight. Guyana will take on Trinidad, but Jonathan Fu Ball played into the onside. Can't score Shiranshu Bhatia, but Guyana on that occasion I think needed 18 in the last over. Guyana won that game. Jonathan Fu was the man who brought them home. And when you come to Guyana T20 cricket, there have been some standout performers that plays in minor league nursing. Dio Narain, who plays on the West Coast, would have won a game for Guyana. He's playing in minor league. Jonathan Fu winning a game for Guyana. He's playing in minor league.
Oh, Ringo. Love to see him. We saw him not only was a crisis man at that level and got his side home, would have also gotten the Silicon Valley Strikers home. Who could forget that final? A bit of an unlikely hero was Nasing Deonarayan, or Ringo, as he's known affectionately by everyone, in that final for the Silicon Valley Strikers. But yeah, all players that would have played around the same time. Jonathan Fu has gone on to captain the Philadelphians.
So not timing it well or at all. So the 12th over comes to a close. A very good one from Bhaskar Yadram. So 12 gone. It's 59 for 3.
Whoever you are on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
Mailavarapu continues 1 for 6 from the couple of overs he's bowled. Jonathan Fu, the captain of Philly, on strike.
So trying to go reverse doesn't go too well here from Jonathan Fu. And Matt, we have seen him play that shot to perfection at times. And so he comes down to 53 to win from 47 balls. Oh, again he goes playing that shot. Doesn't go too well. A couple of dot balls. So another appeal. Umpire Ritesh Patel says, well, the ball would have come off the bat. So Jonathan Fu goes up to 4 and brings the equation down to 52 to win from 45. Mailavarapu is bowled well, Matt. We saw him in the last over giving up 3, would have picked up 1. And will come into bowl to Shiranshu Bhatia, 52 to win from 45 balls. They're going a 4.8. They require 7 runs and over. Oh, that's a big strike. It's in the air though. Deron Davis! He's always in the game. And this is a magnificent catch from Deron Davis.
A flying number 8, Deron Davis, takes to the skies and pulls off a scorching catch. Shiranshu Bhatia looking to go huge down the ground, in the air for a long period of time. And Deron Davis has had a bit of a quiet day. We haven't seen him with the ball, but always a threatening presence in the field. And look at this, he's come up with an excellent catch, diving away. And a brilliant take and a brilliant celebration as well from Deron Davis. 4th one down. Shiranshu goes for 2. It's 60 for 4, the Philadelphians. What a catch from Deron Davis.
Yeah, Matt, it's catches like this will win you matches. And Deron Davis, you're right on that, hasn't had a big day today. We didn't see him bowl at all. Didn't get too many runs. But what a catch he pulls off. Darren Davis, ball in the air for a long time, and he had to put in the dive. And he did that, and the most important thing, holding on to the ball. And so that's the end of Shiranshu Bhatia. Raj Nanan comes to the middle, and they need 52 from 44 balls. So Raj Nanan comes in to strike, and straight away he gets on to strike. Do you recall about a year ago when batsmen used to have crossed and it was okay to do that? Well, we'll wait and see. Could be a couple of wides here. Umpire Ritesh Patel extend the arms, so a couple of wides. It doesn't matter how they come at. 50 to win from 44 balls. And it comes down to the last 44 balls in this encounter. The Philadelphians, they are top of the table on 12 points. Stallions is up next with 10. And a win here for Stallions, Matt, will put them on even standing with the Philadelphians. Single to Jonathan Fu.
Yeah, just keep the scoreboard moving is probably the game plan here from Philly. Raj Nanan, a capable batter as well, coming in at number 6.
So big thud onto the pad. I'm surprised Myla Varapu makes an appeal to umpire Ritesh Patel. So the 13th over comes to a close. It's 63 for 4. 63 for 4.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
From Darren Davis in the air. He's a very quick man. And look at that. He gets in close proximity to the ball. Boy, it's the dive and holding on with both hands that makes all the difference. And it's one of the better catches you'll see in this year's minor league.
Terrific catch from a terrific fielder, Darren Davis. And yeah, hasn't had probably the best of days. Didn't get going with the bat. We haven't seen him with the ball. There was a boundary as well that would have gone to him that you probably feel he could have done better. He made up for it with that catch at a crucial time to get a wicket of Chiranshu Bhatia. And it's players like that that has such high value in T20 cricket. Even if they don't get the runs, even if they don't get the wickets, their fielding can always keep you in a game. The benefit of being such a genuine all-rounder as Darren Davis, even if you have either or, you have the space, you have the time in a game at any point, whether it's with the ball, with the bat, in the field, you can change the game for your team, even if you can't get all 3 done in one game.
So Stephen Wigg comes back into the attack. They need 48 from 41. Raj Nanan is the man on strike. Fu is at the other end. Philadelphians on 12 points. Stallions is on 10. If Stallions wins this game, they'll be even with the Philadelphians. If the Philadelphians win this game, they will take a bit of a lead from the others. And so this contest hanging in the balance for the time being. 47 required from 40 balls. We've seen a good start to the 14th over from Stephen Wigg. His first over would have gone for 6, second over for 1. And this is over number 3. Ball guided away into the offside from Jonathan Fu. And it all comes down to 46 to win from 39 balls. Who will win this contest? It's a bit of an inside or bottom edge through to the keeper, Manang Patel. And Matt, you look at Manang Patel and you're wondering for an established player who has been part of this franchise. Where is Manang Patel's shirt? Unless his name is Prashad somewhere along the line.
Sporting the Prasad 27.
Who is Prasad?
I was just going to ask that question myself.
Might have been Deveshwari. Well, he's playing on the opposite side.
I was just going to ask that question myself. If it's not Manang Patel with the name Prasad somewhere in it, who is?
Maybe we'll have to find out. Is his name Manang Prasad Patel?
No idea.
So we've seen an over with 4 runs so far from Stephen Wigg. Jonathan Fu is on 7, the man on strike, 45 to win. And taking on the pad, they're gonna run anything. Anything will count. Everything adds up. Extras have always been part of the game. In fact, it might have been an edge onto the bat. And so the 14th over comes to a close, 68 for 4. So we come down to 44 runs to win from 36 balls. Myla Varapu will continue, full on 8. Nanan is on 2 and they need 44 to win. Ball into the onside. And Matt, just overrun a ball is needed here. With 35 balls remaining, 43 to win. Nanan and Jonathan Fu out in the middle, 69 for 4. Go. So ball swung away into the onside. Has he found the gap? Yes, he has. Good strike from Raj Nanan, much to the roar and the delight of the Philadelphians fan.
Yeah, really good shot from Raj Nanan. Have a look at that. Getting it from outside off, able to get the sweep away, piercing the gap between Deron Davis and Saiteja Mukamala. So a much needed boundary for the Philadelphians just to relieve that bit of pressure. They can get the boundaries here and there. They'll do well in this game. Nanan goes again. Deron Davis into play this time, only 1.
So the equation now comes down to 38 to win from 33 balls. Jonathan Fu, the crisis man, or the man for the crisis. Ball eased into the offside, and you get the feeling that Jonathan Fu has been in situations like this many times, Matt, during the course of his experience in minor league cricket. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with the Philadelphians. We saw him with other franchises. And looking for runs. Oh, they finally will go through for 1. And what should have been a dot ball there, a throw away from Manang Patel. And they get 1, Matt. Take a look at this one. Every run will count. So 36 to win from 31 ball. Myla Varapu has gone for 8 in this over. And ball cut away into the offside. Very good over here for the Philadelphians. So the 15th over comes to a close. It's 77 for 4. 35 needed.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
"77 for 4, the Philadelphians. Innings winding down. And can that red overtake the blue? Or a more applicable color analogy, can the yellow overtake the red? The Philadelphians with 35 to win from 5 overs.
So Deron Davis, it appears, has gotten a call up, is he? No, Jesse Singh. Yeah, Jesse Singh comes back into the attack, switches ends, 2 overs, no min, none for 7. And so the Philadelphians, they need 35 to win from 30 balls. And we come down to the final stages of this one. A win for the Philadelphians will take them up to 14 points. And a win for the Stallions will take them up to 12.
Up and over from Jonathan Fu, racing away and gets to the boundary, beats Matani for 4. So Jonathan Fu picks up a boundary. Another great start here from Jesse Singh.
Yeah, lovely up and over shot from Jonathan Fu. And you get the feeling, Matt, had it been maybe Deron Davis, Dominic Rickey or someone else, probably they would have gotten to the ball, but Matani got there as fast as he could, but not fast enough. And now that brings the equation down to a more equitable one here for the Philadelphians. 31 to win from 29 balls. Fu is on 15. Oh, goes down the leg side from Jesse Singh. 5 in 2 balls. In fact, 5 in 1 ball.
Yeah, can't afford this here from Jesse Singh. It's gone back down to almost runnable game. Jonathan Fu and Rajanan, there's still wickets in hand here for the Philadelphians, and we know they bat fairly deep. Likes of Liam Plunkett, Devish Roy Prashad still to come, and Rudy Manuel. The experience of Liam Plunkett, though, in a runnable game can be very useful if he's needed. So far, Jonathan Fu and Rajanan have put up 22 for this partnership.
So ball cracked into the offside. Easy single again for Jonathan Fu. And Matt, you made mention of Liam Plunkett. It's been a while I've seen Liam Plunkett padded up. But I didn't think the opportunity came yet. Or it hasn't come for Liam Plunkett, but it has been a while. He has been padded up and he still waits. A man who's played at the international level, Matt. And has played in a World Cup final. One of the best probably they've seen in a 50-over match. Liam Plunkett waiting to come if his turn comes.
Didn't just play in that World Cup final. He was a star in that World Cup final for England. An unsung hero for England in that final. Bowled magnificently in that game, did Liam Plunkett.
Flicked away. Good looking shot again from Raj Nanan. This partnership has gone up to 24. And the Philadelphians, they're 28 runs away, Matt, from a win over the Stallions.
There's Liam Plunkett again. Primed and ready.
So it comes down to 28 to win from 26 balls. We're into the latter stages here. We've seen the first ball would have gone away for 4 from Jesse Singh. We saw wide, but we've seen a couple of singles and a dot ball. So Jesse Singh has come back trying to make amends of the early start of the over, which had given up 5 runs in just 1 ball. And a very cool and composed Jonathan Fu. You've got to give him credit for that. Very cool and composed Jonathan Fu, Matt. Oh, he guides this one fine. They pick up another run. Pressure on this fielding team. And another run here for the Philadelphians brings them closer. 27 runs closer.
Yeah, Jesse Singh has come back well. But you feel maybe the damage has already been done. The 4 from the first ball and then the wide. 8 from this over with still a ball to go. That's more than enough for the Philadelphians at this stage, requiring only 6.4.
So playing a miss here from Raj Nanan. 16 over gone. 85 for 4. They need 27 to win.
आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
So 85 for 4, 27 to win from 24 balls, Matt. A partnership that has gone up to 25. We saw also a partnership between Ryan Scott and Guranshu Sharma yielding 25 runs. But it comes down to the last 27 to win from 24 balls. Lots of wicket still standing as Bhaskar Yadram comes back into the attack. 3 overs, no min, 1 for 11. And we come down to the last final stage of this one. The Philadelphians on 12 points. Stallions is on 10. New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers winning earlier on today. They're on 9. New England Eagles on 7. Empire State Titans on 7. And Manhattan Yorkers on 5, Matt. Cricket continues tomorrow right here.
Yeah, and the same 4 teams in action. Today will be in action tomorrow, just crisscrossed. The Somerset Cavaliers will take on the Philadelphians. Really for the first time this season after the reverse fixture was rained out. And then the Manhattan Yorkers will meet with the New Jersey Stallions rather. Bit of some bookends there. The Manhattan Yorkers and the New Jersey Stallions. First game and last game for those two sides. They'll want the wicket of Jonathan Fu here, will the New Jersey Stallions. Bhaskar Yadram will be looking for that wicket. Raj Nanan will help as well. But preferably Jonathan Fu. Get rid of that experience factor that Jonathan Fu has.
Yeah, Matt, and Jonathan Fu has approached business. Oh, cut away. That's a lovely shot from Raj Nanan. Guided away. Past the keeper. And I'm surprised he only got a single for that, but well placed.
Yeah, nicely guided down from Raj Nanan.
So 87 for 4. They need 25 from 22 balls. We are into the 17th, being bowled here by Bhaskar Yadram. The partnership between Nanan and Jonathan Fu has yielded some 27 runs. Highest so far, Matt. 25 to win. Look at that, cooled and composed, and he knows the angles well. He knows what is needed, Jonathan Fu, Matt. Man of crisis, and he's come to play a not on the good knock here for the Philadelphians.
Yeah, he's really showed up in pressure situations as Jonathan Fu has pulled the Philadelphians out of trouble on quite some occasions. Even before this year, even before he was promoted to captain, was always a valuable asset to this Philadelphians franchise. This year, the entire side being put on his shoulders, and he has led them well. Can Bhaskar Yadram do something here?
So ball punched into the offside, brings it down to 23. Here. So 4 off this over, Matt. Who does Jesse Singh turn to? We haven't seen Darren Davis with ball, but we come down to 23 runs to win. Who do you turn to give you the other 3 remaining overs? So playing a miss, ball goes through to the keeper.
Simple answer from Darren Davis in front of us himself. And at this point, with his experience, he's not out of the question. 3 overs left after this. You've got 1 from Jesse Singh, you've got 1 from Stephen Wigg, and 1 from Siddharth Matani, who has bowled 3 overs for 27. Are they willing to go with Siddharth Matani, or will that man on screen, Darren Davis, with his experience, be an option, even though he hasn't bowled at all? Will he be an option later on?
So 4 in this over so far, 23 to win from 19 balls. Yadram and Fu eases this one in to the offside, risk-free scores. And the 17 comes to a close, 90 for 4, and so 22 needed in 18 balls. 22 needed from 3 overs.
Whoever you are, on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
So Matt, we come down to 22 to win from 18 balls. Jonathan Fu seems to be in control, and so is Raj Nanan. This has been a very good partnership of 30 runs. And you get the feeling if Jonathan Fu and Raj Nanan bats the way that they have done in the last 3 overs, Philadelphians will cross the line.
And they've gone to Stephen Wigg, which is a strategy I love here from Jesse Singh. You've got to go with your wicket taker. You need the wicket, particularly the wicket of Jonathan Fu. You need to break this partnership as soon as possible. No waiting around, and they've gone with the man who has gotten them wickets throughout the tournament, and it's Stephen Wigg. Here he is to Jonathan Fu.
The fact is, Matt, he hasn't gotten wicket in this game. A single here to Jonathan Fu, and Fu realizes they just need a bout run a ball. It's 21 to win from 17. They're still 4 runs short. If they still go run a ball, the occasional wide will come, the extras will come, and a chance for both of these batters to open up and maybe score a boundary or 2.
Yeah, and that's why, again, you've got to go with that wicket option. You've got to still be very attacking. It's going to be very difficult to defend 21 from 17 if you don't take wickets with these 2 at the crease. There we go, Nanan down the ground, and Raj Nanan has gone upstairs, straight down the ground. Cool as you like from Raj Nanan. Took a couple of steps and straight back over the bowler's head. And a big 6 that for Philly.
Well, you can analyze as much as you want, but when these shots comes out, it throws the analysis out of the window. That's a big strike at this stage of the game. 15 to win from 16 balls. Analysis or no analysis, Raj Nanan has struck that one for 6.
Pulled away from Raj Nanan. Straight to Darren Davis. But now it's down to less than run a ball. That 6, a huge one, putting a huge dent in the Stallions' defenses here.
Yeah, Matt, you made the point that they've gone to Stephen Wigg. But the fact is Stephen Wigg has bowled wicketless so far. And certainly nothing wrong with that. But we've seen a very good strike from Raj Nanan. And it came at the right time. And now it's 14 to win, full on strike. Oh, he gets an outside edge, runs up to Matani, who does well to keep the ball to only 1. And every run counts, 13 to win.
Yeah, every run will count at this stage. 39-run partnership between these two out in the middle. It's come off 30 deliveries, so they've managed to score quite quickly as well.
So 99 on the board here. Philadelphians won't celebrate yet. They'll get to 100. Oh, that's a lovely strike. Straight down the ground from Raj Nanan. Straight as you like, far as you like, and that has gone for 6.
How to annoy a bowler. Hit him down the ground for 6. How to annoy him even more. Hit him down the ground again for 6. Raj Nanan, so nice, he did it twice. Goes straight. And this has turned out to be a nightmare of an over from Stephen Wigg. Applaud the strategy, but not the execution. He's gone for 2 6s here. Raj Nanan. And is this over all but what has been needed for the Philadelphians to put this game to bed now? 100 has come up. But most importantly, it's brought the game down to just 7 to win from 13.
So ball driven into the onside, the offside, and Matt, has that been the most expensive over for the Stallions? So 18 gone, they need 6 to win. It's 106 for 4.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
So we come down to 6 runs needed from 2 overs. Jesse Singh comes back for a last throw of the dice. But from the look of things, it looks like Philadelphians all the way. If they win here, they'll go up to 14 points, Matt. Stallions will remain on 10. And we come in, and they'll come in, and Jesse Singh will come into bowl to Raj Nanan, who's on 25 from 15 balls, a partnership of 46. And we've seen a couple of big strikes in the last over off the left-hander. Up and over into the offside. Stephen Wigg comes around. Keeps that play to only a single. And the match comes down to 5 runs to win here by the Philadelphians. And they know that they are in touching distance. They have traveled far to come see the Philadelphians play. And they could go home happy campers.
Yes, indeed. The Philadelphians fans always very faithful. Probably the biggest and most loyal fan base across the East, and one of the best in maybe the entire country. Philadelphians, you've got to admire their fans. You've got to admire the work they do off the field as well.
Yeah,
and
man.
this year, the performances on the field haven't disappointed them at all.
Yeah, we were up at their cricket festival just a couple of weeks ago. And we saw how grand they can throw out a cricket festival. And like you rightly said, they will go up to 14 points, top of the table. It hasn't been It hasn't been too many times during the course of these minor league series that they've been on top of the table, Matt. But 2023 is a bumper year for them. 4 runs to win. Jesse Singh will come into both. Raj Nanan, man of the hour. And this man has really batted well. We've seen a couple of strikes, a cheeky single, well run in the end from Jonathan Fu and Raj Nanan. And that partnership has gone up to 49. On the verge of a half century between the two. So 3 runs to win. And Jesse Singh has gone for 3 in this over so far. So Jonathan Fu on strike. And Matt, let's look ahead. Who will you give the player of the match to if you were picking that player? So it's 109 for 4. Jesse Singh has gone for 3 singles in this over. A partnership of 49 so far. Jonathan Fu and Raj Nanan has batted extremely well to bring the Philadelphians into touching distance of another victory. A victory that will take them to 14 points. Oh, lovely drive into the offside. Could pick up a couple of runs here. Mukamala is giving chase. And the scores are leveled. 111 for 4. 51-run partnership between Jonathan Fu and Raj Nanan. Exceptional batting from the Philadelphians.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff from these two. Even though the start was a bit shaky from the top order for the Philadelphians, Raj Nanan, Jonathan Fu have really come to play, and those Philly fans, they're up on their feet.
Yeah, they're ready
anticipating the winning runs.
Yeah, they're ready to run in. It could come here. Yeah, into the offside. And the Philadelphians have won this contest with the Stallions.
There we go, the celebrations. Jonathan Fu with a big celebration from him. Make some noise, Philly. And keep on making that all the way on your drive back home. Because, well, in fact, not the drive back home just yet. They've got another game on tomorrow. But the Philadelphians enjoy this weekend and make some noise throughout the night. They've got themselves another win to further cement that top spot that they've got. They've held on to it throughout this entire tournament. And they continue to gain some traction to pull themselves apart from the rest. They've got the win over the New Jersey Stallions. They've had to fight for this one. Jonathan Fu, Raj Nanan, talk about grinding an innings. 52 of 37, did a bit of everything. Played shots, assessed the conditions, kept their wickets intact. And at the end of the day, a well-played and well-deserved victory for the boys from Philadelphia.
Yeah, well, congratulations to the Philadelphians. They'll go up to 14 points. And just before you get off the mic, Matt, your pick for the player of this game.
Oh, man. Such a tough one. Such a tough one. Jonathan Fu and Raj Nanan, probably the 2 candidates for that partnership. We didn't really see... We saw 2 wickets from Saripul Islam, Devshrai Prasad, Abdul Jabbar as well, but no real extravagant bowling figures. No real extravagant scores as well, but everybody played their part. So it's going to be very tough. Raj Nanan, those 2 sixes at the end, really, really crucial. That could just push him ahead of Jonathan Fu, but we'll wait and see. Tough decision this, a really tough decision this for the organizers.
I agree, Matt. I will leave it at both and let them choose whoever they want to choose. It's going to be a tough one. The impact shots of a couple of sixes in that over from Raj Nanan may have tilted the balance and may have taken the initiative away from the Stallions. But in the end, it's the Philadelphians, the men in yellow and black. Another victory for them. So on behalf of the entire production crew, want to thank you very much for staying in tune. And we bid you goodbye from Mercer County Park, where cricket continues tomorrow. But for now, the Philadelphians win again. And they win over the New Jersey Stallions. Until then, goodbye and good evening from New Jersey.
Up and over from Ryan Scott. Runs on the offer here. And they'll
flicked away into the onside. Fielder takes the catch. Oh, lovely strike from Goranshu Sharma. And conceding a couple of runs. Well, look at this. Ryan Scott has finally picked up offside. Oh, he's been given out. So that's the end of Goranshu Sharma. And Matani picks up using both hands than one. You're 50-50 on one. Oh, this one pumped into the onside. Runs and over. Oh, that's a big strike. It's in the air though. Deron Davis. He's always in the game. So ball swung away into the onside. Has he found the gap? Yes, he has. For 8 in this over. And ball cut away into the offside. Very good over here for the Philadelphians. So the 5th.
Up and over from Jonathan Fu. Racing away and gets to the boundary. Beats Matani for 4. There we go. Nanan down the ground. And Raj Nanan has gone upstairs.
Get to 100. Oh, that's a lovely strike. Straight down the ground from Raj Nanan. Straight as you like, far as you like. And
You're watching the Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, brought to you by our 2023 partners.